44.000 Punkte.
Ja, im Kreativmodus. Noch 7 Minuten! Sam, du spielst jetzt nicht? Streamst jetzt nicht?
No. Du musst noch mal drauf. No, musst noch mal drauf.
Ah, jetzt!
Ja. So.
Es geht los! Also,
mal
warte, jetzt
drüben.
muss ich schon wieder von 0 Score anfangen, Junge.
Streamen, oder?
Ja.
Oder streamen mehr
Ja,
bei mir?
du streamst
Ja.
jetzt. Für wen stimmst?
Ich sehe mich selber nicht mehr, das ist nur dumm.
$5,000.
With a $3 million prize pool. There were tons of entries with so many awesome submissions. And how did he even just do that? On close calls.
Siehst du, jetzt kommt kreativ heute. Ah, und oben
Let's dive in.
Pro
Death
AM.
run. Mind-blowing times were recorded with flawless runs and impressive strategies.
Ich hoffe, dass die Leute, die jetzt auf YouTube eingeben, dass die das... Hast du gesehen, wie viele die schon haben? Die haben schon über 1 Million, oder?
Aha. Ah nein, am Samstag kommt das Duo-Final und am Sonntag kommt das Solo-Final.
Und heute ist 7 Stunden, wo ich das letzte
Und heute ist Pro-Am.
Genau, Pro-Dings, irgendetwas.
Ich glaube, so Trickshot-Zeug.
Ah, scheiße. Oha, Trickshots. Oha.
9000 wieder. Für wen stimmst?
Hä?
Für wen
Weiss ich
stimmst du im Stream?
Ja, also, helfen tue ich Misa.
In wem?
Ghost Misa.
So this shortcut right here was put in, and we didn't think anyone was gonna find it, but you guys found it within 3 days.
Oh. Ghost Isa Schweizer.
Ja, ist auch ein Schweizer und der spielt...
Was ist Schweizer Düse?
Ja, der Isa ist ein Schweizer.
Ah, ich gar nicht gehört. Vom Ausgleich.
Noch 3 Minuten steht.
Ach so. Oh, okay.
In 3 Minuten 20. Ich könnte eigentlich auch einen deutschen Stream machen.
Was?
Einen deutschen, weißt du, der Deutsch kommentiert. Jetzt auch eine Seite.
Also wenn du... Ah, so eine Sprache.
Ja, weißt du, zum Beispiel Trimac hat es selber gemacht, oder der Mickey TV. Das ist auch offiziell.
Ja, da haben ein Level da, wo da in dem Fernsehen zum Beispiel kommt, also weißt jetzt dort, das habe ich schon einmal gespielt. Mit dem Micha.
Ja. Aber eben, jetzt kommt, glaubst du, das, wer hier am besten ist und so Zeug. Das ist jetzt auch gar noch nicht so interessant.
Könnte ich eigentlich auch noch mitmachen? Death Runs.
Ich könnte jetzt sogar umschalten und PS wird immer weiter streamen. Ostra, Honkorea. Oder Japaner.
Ja, ist sicher
Japaner.
Japaner.
Hosuma, Hostuma, Rosuma.
Aber die schlimmsten sind immer noch Sidejumps. Konosani, Beschene.
Krieti, Epatari.
Konosani, Speckere. Das habe ich auch gespielt. Das habe ich auch gespielt. Da 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 sowieso. Da easy. Dave. Dave. Da habe ich auch gespielt. Da habe ich nicht gespielt.
1 Minute.
Frau! Alles Japaner! Hey, bei mir stockt's. Hey, so. Hey, Sandu, bei mir jetzt einfach angehalten.
Was ist mein Stream?
Ah, jetzt.
Oh mein
Ja,
Gott.
was steht zwischen den Laden?
Da, davon habe ich auch gemacht. Da habe ich bis auf 100 geschafft. Mit MP-Fußball. Der, wo da die 2 Japaner machen, das habe ich auch geschafft. Der ist im Fall gar nicht mal so schwierig. Das ist einfach ein Rennen, oder?
Ja,
Auf Zeit oder alle zusammen sind in einem Dings?
ich weiß es nicht, muss schauen. Trickshot ist auch noch, haben sie gesagt.
Noch 11 Sekunden, 10, 9,
Das
8,
sind keine, die man kennt, schau.
5, 4, 3, 2. Doch, Ninja, look! Spielt auch.
Ist der Ninja
Oh.
drin?
Ja, Ninja ist auch drin. Oh mein Gott. Zum Teil gibt es hure alte Leute.
Der tanzt der Zahnseide.
Ist das links, das links ist jetzt einmal eine Animation, oder?
Ja.
Schau hinten dran einfach das Ding.
Nimm das Blatt von das Skelett von.
Ja, das Gerät.
Ich schwöre, die meisten schauen nicht für Twitch, es hat auf Twitch streamen. Dass sie eingeben, dort Live-Event. Na gut, dort hat sie schon wenig. Jetzt hast du es heute auf YouTube und morgen schon mal auf Twitch.
Ja, ich kann es immer noch schauen, ich kann es immer schauen. Komm ins Fazit zum Morgen, ich möchte so noch ein bisschen schauen da. Du kannst im Fall immer noch das Game spielen, wenn du keine Lust hast. Der andere links.
Dann streame ich zwischen eine Runde von mir.
Komm jetzt mal anfangen. Oh, jetzt stockt es wieder.
Ja, zwischen ihnen laden sie auch einfach, weißt du.
Hat es wieder auch schon gestockt?
Nein,
Hm.
ich habe sogar eine gute Grafik auf dem Handy. Im Handy ist es bald
Hey,
schöner
jetzt hat es
als
mich
auf
auch
dem
wieder zurückgestoßen zu dem verdammten Minigame. Das leckt grad mega. So, jetzt. Ah, so Billy Bounce.
Also,
Du, 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 du. Du, 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 du.
Da sehe ich vor allem nicht, wie viele Zuschauer das ich habe.
zeigt es nur dann an, wenn jemand gerade.
Neu reinkommt, oder?
Schade, dass es auf Englisch ist.
Ja, ich könnte den Deutsch-Stream suchen. Aber da muss ich jetzt unterbrechen, das ist ein bisschen scheiße.
Komm, fängt jetzt doch einfach mal an. Wie der links, wie der Koto aussieht.
Ja,
Schau seine Kiefer an. Da kann ich nicht anfangen.
Vor allem der Frankie Fighters.
Or the
Warte, ich
player.
muss ein bisschen lauter machen.
Das ist der Huhnskin.
And welcome the second team to the floor. It's gonna be Chicken Champions led by Rubius from Spain. They competed
Junge, einfach links neben dran.
created by Reese HN and Iscariot Egg.
Nimm da einfach Chicken.
One of these elimination runs where they actually recreated Rubius's room inside, but Rubius, the player from Spain, he
Da
has
könnt ihr mal
live
anfangen.
streams that broke records.
Best mate!
Our Bensor Heroico in Ryan Brenton. Now, of course, Bensor is from Norway. He's looking forward to playing here in front of this live audience. Very much excited.
Ah, fang doch jetzt mal an!
Es sind alles Leute, die man noch nie hat geschaut.
Ich muss schnell aufs WC.
Das ist Chicken Champions.
You'll love to see.
Chicken.
In Michigan, so that's awesome as well. As Steve doing his own thing. Their homework ahead of their competition. Bensor,
Du, eine Frage, hört man im Stream? Ja. In meinem Stream, der schnurrt gerade.
I mean, a man a few words. You're ready to compete. Now, of course, we have 4 teams to take a look at. Let's head on over to the They are led by legendary community and Death Runner. You've got Tyler, you've got Sam, you've got Suzu up on that team. And I mean, honestly, this team is pretty dang good. Yeah, absolutely. Led by Scissors, one of the creators of the kind of game mode within the creative mode, the death runs.
Das Gleiche hat der Fabio.
They're going to be competing later on. But Scissors has put together a strong team.
Fish.
And he's a leader too. So I can't wait to see
Fish
what
fam.
chemistry the Fish fam has put together. Yeah, and actually what's really cool about this is all team members are from different places. Scissors from USA, Canada, Zan from Denmark, and Caesar from Belgium. And funny enough, we actually had him on match up with Tyler, get his thoughts on the competition.
Hi, I'm Tyler H from Team Fish Fam. My group of players were the first people to qualify for the Creative World Cup, and we got the godfather of death runs himself, Scissors, on our team. So we're definitely going to take this home. There's no competition with us.
Strong words, some confidence coming out there. So we're going to
Ich muss schnell das T-Shirt anlegen,
They're on
Moment.
the floor right now. They're serving it up. It's time for the trick shotters of the Little Whip Warriors led by Ninja. And Ninja competed on a trick shot match. Most unique of all of them. And then we're picking up Zeke. You got team members Taco, and Taldex.
Da ist der Ninja drin.
Ja. Ich finde immer krass, dem seine andere Haarfarbe, die nicht mehr macht.
Er hat vor allem hure Junge im Team. Das ist sein eigenes Team. Lil Whip Warriors.
And then Taldex, he's just looking forward to being here on the stage. Look at how excited they all are. Absolutely. Kaz had some words ahead, as everybody else did, so let's listen.
Lil Whip Team.
Team Little Whip Warriors, and we're the most skilled, honestly, we're just the best.
Well, there you go. Again, when you're ready and you're skilled, you just gotta do no problem. Next up, though, we've got the This team is led by Gold Aga. Obviously, you guys know this team. French Monster, French Monster, Artier, and Aga, who made the map. We talked about it. He actually has played in a number of different things, and we just saw Ninja. He actually once lost 19,000 in a rock, paper, scissors game against Ninja. That is an unbelievable sum of money. I mean, sometimes these things happen. During a charity stream, so, you know. Yeah, it's all for charity. That's what this is all about at the end of the day. A little fun fact as well, Gotaga's, his trick and creative map was actually called Elixir City. We kind of talked about that a little bit before the pre-show. We're like, that is a dope name. But
Yeah,
from the next up, we're going to take a listen into Magma and hear what he has to say about being here today.
I'm Magma and my team Raven's Revenge is going to do really good in the World Cup, and we're going to smash the rest of the competition because we have the Battle Royale skills, building, the Death Run, we have it all.
Awesome. We're going to continue forward because we still have a couple more teams. The Llama Records Company is next, and this has some familiar names like the Cup Fortnite scene, led by a hand of blood from Germany. They completed a 4-minute apocalyptic map where they had to survive single-handedly against the size of
Mama!
Carnifex and Alex JJ. They're deserving
Oh, endlich.
of the Battle Royale.
Das
Warte,
deutsche
jetzt
Team.
irgendwie. Wirklich?
Ja, hat ich gesagt.
Ich stimme jetzt. Ich stimme da für Dings.
Ninja
Ice
Team.
Creams.
Ich für Lil Wap Team. Lil Wap Team.
Wieso?
Lil Wap Company. Das ist Ninja sein Team.
Aha, eben, das habe ich auch gemeint. Halt einfach das, dort wo Ninja drin ist. Aber halt dort, das ist
Lil
ja Ice
Rock.
Creams.
Nein, der Lil Wap Company. Gell, Fabio?
Ja, dann das.
Hi, this is Svenos. I play for Team because we have three pros
Gleich mal schauen,
a German
Sven noch.
intense and aggressive, very intense.
was so passiert.
Warte schnell, schauen noch einmal. Dort wo der Ninja ist.
Lazy Lagoon.
Ah,
Das
Lil
ist eine
Wap
Frau. Das ist eine
Warriors.
Frau. Ja.
Mal, Ninja-Team ist das mit der Klasse-Skin. Klasse-Skin ist das mit dem Ninja.
Das Skin weiß ich nicht, aber Lil Wap Team heisst es.
Der ist der, der hinten dran ist, wo am Tanzen ist.
Turtle.
Sonja.
Lesen.
Die hat ja mal die schönste Spielerin. Das ist auch die
Ja.
einzige. Das ist die einzige.
Ja. Einzige ist. Was?
Dafür,
Die
wie alt
Turtle
ist
kann ja auch
wie
eine
alt
sein.
ist der Turtle? Wie alt ist der Turtle? 12? 10? Das ist wirklich...
So, schau nach.
Und der andere neben der hat
Geil,
gewonnen. Oh, Sancho. Yes. Hallo.
Sicher etwa so 16 oder so.
I'm a little man.
Ah, hinten dran war das Herz.
Oh,
Jetzt können wir sicher. Oh, jetzt machen sie noch Teambesprechung. Wer ist alles drin? Ist Tifu? Nein, ist nicht Tifu.
Der ist nicht im Create, oder?
Wow, aber Klartext, das ist doch der, den du gemeint hast.
Nein, ja.
Ah nein, Cramix, gell?
Das ist aber ein Deutscher, der geleitet hat.
Ja, sind alle Deutschen.
Nein, es hat ja auf der Arm, das ist, der erste ist Australier. Der zweite sehe ich nicht, der letzte ist ein Russ. Ah, Slowen ist der los.
I'm Klatik from Team Cardiff. And we are the best teams in G. We are the best teams in G. We are gonna destroy them and win this competition.
Schau hinten dran.
oh.
Jetzt können wir nicht mal anfangen. Es sind sehr viele Spieler.
Ja.
Lang geht jetzt das noch.
Ja.
Du Leon, das ist ja so, das ist jetzt live, die haben jetzt Zuschauer und so.
Oh. Ah.
In June, so we'll see what he brings to the table, what kind of experience he brings to the table, being involved in that first competitive event in creative.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, for you guys all at home, we miss you, we love you, we love you, you guys with an outlet.
Der Ernie ist Gruppe beitreten.
So please, for your viewing experience, we
Der muss
different points of view
auf meinen Chat, sonst muss er raus.
dedicated map channel and 10 rotation engines.
Hä, wo ist er überhaupt in der Gruppe? Warte schnell. Lass ihn mal rein.
The fact that I'm actually standing still is, I think, a surprise to every
Jetzt sehen wir.
person. And of course, here is just a few more ways that you
Nein, ich kann jetzt nicht ins Ding, ins Video rein.
second place
Hi.
your viewing pleasure. If you want to see someone
Ah, da war ein Livestream.
see what they're doing, how they're kind of navigating the maps,
Fabio?
do that.
Hm?
Absolutely amazing to be
Sandu?
Ja.
just like you said, Z,
Micha?
Leon,
Andere beitreten.
Hä, der ist doch drin.
Ist der andere aber beitreten irgendwie kann.
Der
Easy
Ernie, oder?
irgendetwas. Easy irgendetwas.
Bei mir ist Ernie drin.
Okay.
Scheiße. Ja, warte. Hallo. Salut. Ach, wir schauen gerade alles Livestream.
Du hast
Ich
gar
kann immer noch Spiele spielen und links sieht man. Siehst du? Jetzt geht's los. Jetzt geht's los. Endlich geht's los. Wieso muss ich abstellen?
Hast du eine Anfrage bekommen vom Dings? Vom Alexei?
Ja, jetzt geht's gerade richtig los.
Oder vom Niki?
Sag mal, still, ich mach's los.
Ey Niki, wir können nicht zusammen spielen.
Sag mal ein bisschen still.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I can't
Das klappt nicht.
of the funky.
Okay, dann halt.
Exciting to have you.
Wir spielen so oder so nicht, wir schauen jetzt Live-Event.
Ich kann einfach mit mir spielen. Nein, warte nicht.
Was sind doch mal still in der Gruppe?
Hey, das stört mich ja aus in meinem huren Ding.
Niki ist nicht da.
Ja, ich kann sie ja nicht, ich kann sie ja nicht antworten.
Important now. Do you know
Nein, wir spielen nicht. Ich schaue die ganze Zeit auf Stream. Ja, ich habe mich auch gefreut, aber ich hatte schon nicht auf Kollegen, wo du kannst zusammen spielen.
Hast du Farbpix angefangen?
Nein,
Scissors is very well known.
ja, vorne wird jeder spielen.
Ja, aber Niki hat Apex.
Ja, wir spielen nicht gern Updates.
Okay, Leute, ich wissen, was da um den Kopf.
Geht doch einfach aus der Gruppe, wenn ihr da den ganzen Müll schnarren. Ich möchte auch mal etwas hören.
Jetzt ist auch sperren.
Es ist halt einfach doof, dass es kreativ ist. He?
Mhm.
Aber
Ja,
morgen, he?
das ist jetzt der erste Tag. Jetzt schaue ich und hoffe, dass es gut aus.
Ja, kreativ ist halt einfach ein bisschen zum Vorbereiten oder so. Tastaturen.
Wer hat denn Nachrichten geschrieben?
Was? Hier. Marco Deferino. Wer ist das?
Keine Ahnung.
8, 2,
Wo kannst-
1. Ey, endlich geht's los. Bruh. Feine Burger.
Du
Okay.
fühlst mich. Okay. Granatwerfer.
Ja. Matsch.
Oh Lama.
Go Lil Whip Warriors. Ich sag dann jetzt einfach gelassen. Go Ice Cream, go Ice Cream, go Ice Cream, go Ice Cream. Oh nein, oh, ich habe aus Versehen wieder Kreis gedrückt. Oh nein, schon wieder. Ich spiele halt ein bisschen Minigame. Bro, erster Schlag direkt. Komm, wir möchten spielen.
Ah, weißt du, was das Problem ist? Ich habe unten im kleinen Text, ich streame auf Twitch geschrieben. Das ist einfach meine Überschrift.
Ninja! Woo!
Gut, sie sehen jetzt, wenn sie das Video anschauen.
Die tun jetzt alles noch Waffen und so.
So
Skin
sehe
und
ich
so.
mich. Wieso kann ich Dinge da anschauen? Nachricht, die mir jemand geschrieben hat. Twitch kann ich
Ninja!
auch.
Ninja! Ninja!
Hat jemand mal gedrückt auf den Text?
Wenn du drück mal Text. No,
Nein,
mal
was
wieder
heisst das? Weißt du, der Stream bricht ab, wenn es irgendeine Scheiße ist. Was ist es, Leon? 3, 4
Man
Nachrichten.
kommt einfach wieder zurück an das Pizza-Burger-Spiel.
Ah.
Also
Ja,
drück's mal durch, weißt du?
irgendjemand schreibt gegen im Chat, aber ich kann nicht schauen, was. Ah, da kann ich sehen.
Marco Severin, Hi, 0, Ninja.
Off against here today.
Everyone here, you know, Taga, he's my fellow, Red Bull competitor, essentially, and, Scissors, because
Ich habe gerade keine Zuschauer mehr. Vorher 3 Nachrichten bekommen. im Stream.
Ninja, komm, bring sie an.
Also Peace.
Well, I think that's pretty awesome. The good news is we got
Lil Whip. Warriors ist das beste Team.
prize in three very creative modes. Which means today's really all about fun. And who better to have some fun with than none other? You got Monster, Sundown, over at the cast booth. Take it away, fellas.
Boys and girls
Da schaut ihr nicht mehr, hä?
everyone in between.
Mach, schauen.
Also auf meinem YouTube auch noch.
Ja.
Das ist das nicht. Lass einfach mal laufen. Weil der andere, der hier schreibt, muss ich auch schauen, bei mir. Sonst kann er mir ja gar nicht reinschreiben. Das sollen jetzt alle seine Kollegen noch reinholen. Es ist einmal einer drin, aber ich weiß nicht, wer es ist.
Marco Severin.
Und da,
Also hier 0 Ninja.
Ninja.
Ja.
Warte, ich schreibe jetzt hä?
Ich habe etwas drüber geschrieben.
Go Ninja. Ninja. Er meint auch no Ninja.
Ich habe jetzt gesagt,
Go Ninja, you are nice.
Of a singular match in each one of the other three with, as I said, a nice little remix on it. The Golden Games
Go Ninja, habe ich geschrieben.
while all of the
Er auch.
a singular
Ja.
silver llama. How does llamas add up?
Nee.
Yeah, you wanna
You
accumulate
are
most
nice.
llamas throughout each set for its own individual thing with a couple games in between.
Komm von da.
You're gonna get a couple runs at it, and you just wanna do the best in every set. Get those llamas.
Jetzt geht's da grad los. Jetzt geht's da grad los. Mit dem Finale. Mit dem Finale. Jetzt bin ich da. Ah, hallo. Erst. Oh mein Gott, man kann schon 55.000 gewinnen. Aber wieso im Kreativ kann man 55.000 gewinnen, aber weißt, im Duo kann man 35 genommen. Ist auch so komisch.
Ja, im Duo bekommen aber beide Spieler auch, aber das ist auch
Ja,
das ganze Team. So.
Ja.
Was machen die?
Da ist
Schauen.
pro Match, schau, per Match, also pro Runde.
Micha, weißt du nicht, was gerade abgeht?
Stufe.
Da,
Oha.
links da.
World Cup.
Ja,
Sag
die
ihm,
World
wenn sie auf YouTube schauen, für mich.
Micha, geh auf YouTube und nachher schau gib Sandro Müller ein und nachher Livestream.
Oder einfach, wie er heisst, mit Chat. Du kannst auch einfach über
Ja, aber
Fortnite
weißt du,
WM
wenn ich
live.
du Sandro Müller eingebe, dann kommen ganz andere.
Also,
Wie
das soll
schreiben
noch
die?
ein Abo machen.
Wie schreibt man das?
Abo noch.
Sandro.
Müller mit 2 L habe ich es geschrieben.
Muss ich auch.
Ah, ich habe Öl geschrieben.
Komm von da. Mach schauen, wie Ninja spielt.
Hey, habe ich euch falsch geschrieben oder bin ich echt blöd?
Ich glaube erst zweit.
Du kannst auch einfach oben im YouTube suchen und dann ist Fortnite WM live.
Ist es das?
Halt einfach Sandro Müller, nachher kommt so dort einer mit Dingsbrille.
Ja, ich habe ihn gefunden. Du hast
Und
früher
da
Argumente.
unten links siehst du
Ich habe dort mit dem Ding da, wo Leon Feigli Gruppe ist.
Du noch ein Abo machen gerade. Dann siehst du es nachher immer, wenn ich etwas streame.
Ich muss mich gleich anmelden, dann mache ich nachher, warte.
Nein,
kann
liken
ich
kannst du auch so.
Also, Und was muss ich jetzt machen bei Sandro Müller?
Abonnieren, Glocke aktivieren und nicht zu vergessen, Socken inhalieren.
Wenn du es nicht machst, geht das nächste Mal beim Shooten aufs Viertel.
Ja, was kann ich jetzt da schauen?
Live WM von der Fortnite.
Ja, was muss... Wie heißt der Titel, Junge, oder was?
Ich muss da nichts machen, damit tut wie in YouTube einfach Videos schauen, wie es gerade live am Machen ist. Ist das so schwierig zum Verstehen, oder was?
Ja.
Ja, bei dir ist es kein Wunder.
So, Leon, ein bisschen lieb. Aber du hast recht.
Hey! Sandro Müller, genau.
Genau, das bin ich.
Ach nee, ich sehe so einen Fotograf, der hässlich aussieht.
Wo war?
Auf den Bildern sehe ich so einen Fotograf, der hässlich aussieht. Wie John Wick. Nein, hässlicher. Ich sehe das Video, das vor 1 Stunde gemacht wurde.
Nein, jetzt ist das live.
Ah, P4 Live-Übertragung.
Bruh.
Es ist richtig, gell? Es steht vor 1 Stunde.
Läuft das Telefon? Nein, das läuft noch nicht stumm.
Ninja, 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 Ninja.
Ah, Junge, ich will gerne Fortnite schauen.
Jetzt weißt du, wenn du auf dem Handy schaust, YouTube, dann kannst du dann nebenbei gleich Fortnite spielen, wenn du willst. Du musst auch allen deinen Kollegen sagen, die Fortnite kennen.
Junge, ich verstehe gar nicht.
Wie gesagt, bei dir ist kein Wunder.
They definitely had a lot of confidence down there in Gotaga. It can be very
Robert
competitive.
Slow, look.
Drop of a hat. My team to watch, the Llama Record Co. Hand of Blood, Spenos, Alex JJ Carnifex. You heard him talk about it. 3 competitive veterans and a very aggressive German. That's a combination that I want to see on Sky Station Showdown. Now we've done
Da kommt der Ninja. Ninja ist der Beste.
You know why we're here. It's time to play some
Ich mag gerade auch
Stimmt für Ninja, also...
Ich mag gerade auch.
Nein.
Mongral ist morgen und übermorgen.
Ja, das ist morgen.
Mongal ist geil.
Ja, das ist gut. Und nur eine Frau ist jetzt dabei.
Aber Ninja auch.
Ich bin für die Frau. 100 Pro. Leon.
Hä, fährt schon an?
Ja.
Wo ist Ninja, Junge?
Aha.
Ah, die können gegeneinander noch fighten.
Ja. Oh, shit.
Ninja
ist gerade gestorben.
Ja.
Oha.
Haben wir wohl geglaubt. Ninja!
Hä, fährt schon an?
Ja, okay.
Und jetzt spielt's.
Was spielt das? Bei mir spielt nichts.
Bei mir ist es einfach gestoppt, jetzt geht's weiter.
Oh.
Für 20 Kaffee.
Welches Skin hat Ninja?
So, Klassenskin.
Klasse.
Ah, Ninja ist zweit. Dritt.
Nein, sein Team ist 12.
Jetzt ist er viert.
Scheiße. Und sind wir jetzt bis auf 1000. Oh.
Ah, das ist Dingseroberung. Du musst möglichst lange in diesem Kreis innen bleiben. Wurstbrot. Hier.
Let's talk about the loadouts here, Monster. What they rock?
They're rocking everything that you can get in the game from blue tactical AR,
Heftig.
hunting rifles, that looking at close range. You have
Ich mag immer noch Tomaten.
your battle, what you want to use.
And the one thing you're missing that even your big wielder does not have will be 9 impulse grenades. So everyone has a bunch of mobility to be able to get up there. But you see right now.
Ja, Dings ist Ice Cream.
Oh,
Ja, schön Ninja. Halt einfach das Team vom Ninja.
Das ist schon gut.
Mit 141 Punkten, nice.
ja,
Nils hat noch
144.
kein... Jetzt hat er einen Kill.
ah, schade. Das ist ein Codewort von der Tech. Raven.
Eigentlich geht es ja gar nicht um Kills, man muss einfach dem Kreisen bleiben. Also,
Der Fahrbomberin, die sind letzt mit 12 Punkten. Oh. Serious.
Bei welchem ist es weiter also wieder?
Fahrbomberin, das letzte Team, das 12 Punkte hat. Und dann...
aber vorne ist eigentlich noch ganz so knapp. Oh mein Gott, das ist... Nein, Dings kommt näher. Der kommt da. Wie heißt das Skin?
Funky... irgendwie Funky...
Ja, der wo jetzt erst ist.
DJ, das ist das Funky irgendetwas.
Ein Commander oder irgendwie, nein. Oh. Oh, jetzt weiss ich.
Ja, die Grün.
Chicken Champions.
Die Ball jetzt auch am links. Das heisst so.
Ja, Ninja ist direkt wieder mal. Mann.
Ich weiß nicht. Oh, Fisch.
Ninja ist nicht.
Wieso ladet mich? Ich will streamen, ich kann nicht. Was soll bei uns hier kommen? Da können ja mehr reinkommen, oder?
Ninja ist 6. oder 5. Junge.
Ah, da siehst du jetzt Kills, wie sie
Kannst du bei uns einladen, schnell? Der Wisi. Weil sonst wärst du unterbricht es gegen, wenn ich etwas so mache.
Ja, komm, lass ihn. Hinter. Das. Oh, Fischskins sind schon über 220 Punkte.
Leon? Kannst du schnell den Maxi bei uns in die Gruppe laden? Du weißt, es unterbricht mein Stream.
Ice Cream hat jetzt 165 Punkte.
Ich muss jemanden einladen. Ich muss warten.
Wie lange geht das?
Bis es fertig ist. Das ist auf die erste Runde. Ich glaube, es gibt noch mehr. Es heisst, pro Runde gibt es 55'000.
Bis dann dann ich.
Ich kann nur mal aus Stunde anfangen, gell?
Hoi Maxi.
Ja, ich gang etwa so eine halbe Stunde, gell, schon etwa. Dann gehen wir
Fahren
in
Sie
Ferien,
denn so?
dann gehen wir auf Spanien.
Maxi?
Oh, okay.
Ah, super.
Ice Cream ist es! Oh, nice.
Genau gleich viel wie Fisch.
Jetzt haben sie fangen ein Viertel von den Punkten.
Puh.
Ja, du musst da zusammen noch ein bisschen aufs Team, dann zuerst probieren verteidigen und dann...
Wow. Oh.
Ice Cream ist immer noch erst.
Und jetzt
Ja,
kommen die Punkte.
300 Punkte.
Du hast schon mal 300, ja, nice. Jetzt bin's.
Mir hat es noch nie gesprungen.
Wir auch nicht.
Ihr haltet jetzt einfach das Ganze an.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Du, Witz baut da. Das haut einfach alles ab.
351 kann sie
Oh,
so.
Ninja.
Ninja!
Also,
Der hat
aber
7
bei mir
Kills.
auf dem Handy... Leon, bei mir auf dem Handy, gell?
9 Kills hat
Ja.
jetzt der Ninja schon.
Ja.
Jetzt ist er auf Kills gegangen auch und tut Raum. Schau, jetzt holen sie hure viele Punkte.
Geil.
Ja.
Ich mache es hure gut.
So, das ist gut.
Du, bei mir spinnt's grad heftig.
Aber bei mir läuft es, es ist
Nein,
bei dir.
Apfelpusting! Ist
Mein
Ninja
Stream
tot?
läuft.
Boah. Gleich haben sie die Hälfte. Schock.
Gibt's denn mehr Punkte, wenn wir dort reingehen, oder wie?
Ja, ich glaub's. Der Punkt ist jetzt der beste.
Für was?
Ich glaub, der gröbere Zone.
Ninja hat Kill gemacht!
Whoever's the last one here is probably going to be the most successful.
Ich glaub, der...
Wieso hat Leon Pike die Gruppe verlassen?
Ich glaub, die Zone gibt viel mehr Punkte. Schau, die, die auf Platz 2 sind, bekommen auch viele Punkte, die alle zu. No.
Schreibt der Leon gerade?
Komm, Ninja, die wieder, komm.
Ja, Ninja, seine Gruppe ist dort drin, glaube ich. Oder?
Ah, das ist der Turtle.
Nein, eben noch nicht.
Ah nein, der Taco spielt gerade.
Nein,
Beim
Ninja
Leon
ist
ist
wieder
ein Fehler
überholt.
auftreten.
Ah, okay. Scheiße, jetzt kommen Fischfamilie und haben es auch überholt.
Oh, viert.
Jetzt geht es dort um die Gelbzone, die macht gut, glaub's, mehr Punkte. Die gibt extrem viele Punkte, wenn es da drin ist. Oh ja, das Lama Gang, die sind jetzt über schon die Hälfte, schon fast bei 600 von 1000. Oha, die haben jetzt rechts gerade Sprung gehabt in dieser Zone.
Ja, Ninja macht ja den Punkt. Jetzt nicht.
Leon kommt gerade wieder. Er muss das Zeug nicht
Fahrbomberin dort, wo es weit mitmacht, die haben schon sogar den Ninja überholt. Aber es ist so, die gelbe Zone gibt mehr Punkte, wenn sie dort können ein bisschen Punkte sammeln. Boah, die Fischfamilie ist schon über 600, schon fast gegen 700, oha.
Jetzt müssen einfach die Klassen nochmal in die Zone reinkommen.
Ja, in die gröbere dort, in die gelbe dort. Die haben viele Punkte.
Wo ist überhaupt Ninja? Also wo? Ja.
Geht
Ich kann nur mit Lamas spielen.
Oh, die Feite. Oh, die Fisch von mir ist schon über 700.
Ja, der Lamas.
Oh mein Gott.
Die Lamas sind die Deutschen, hä?
Ja. Ja. Denkt
Schau, der Drang dann. Fischfarm, ja. Wenn alle über die grossen Dinge kämpfen, geht er in eine andere Zone.
Oh, nicht schlecht. Er hat schon so den Bock ab.
Fabio,
Ah,
kannst du schnell den Ding einladen? Der Leon einladen wieder.
wo ins Game einfach.
Ja, ins Game wieder.
Oh. Er weiss jetzt nicht, wie das geht.
Ey, Ninja sollte da wieder mal Punkte machen, Ninja in Gruppe.
Ja, wirklich, haben gerade die Huren Lamas gefunden, die Deutschen.
It left
Hallo.
Everyone down one
So, ja,
time,
Baby.
and suddenly Llama Record
Ja, jetzt
takes
hat
the lead.
Lama
As the
einen
Fish Fam wasn't just farming all those points.
Jetzt
No,
hat
Fish
Fisch
Fam no longer have a
geschossen.
free
Ey,
point.
aber das
It's
hat
up
jetzt so
to everyone
geschissen,
to
wenn
stop
die
the
verlieren.
the Llama Record Company
Das
here,
hat ja so
because Hand of Blood
gejubelt.
has 17 elims and he's going for the middle now. He's got his team
Der
ready. Let's see
bist
what's he gonna do. Hits the
Oh
vet,
my God.
goes right in, nice and sneaky. Oh, he's still waiting. Look at the big brain plays. Comes out the collateral.
Der hat 29 Kills vom Lama-Ding. 30 Kills hat er.
It's so close. It's just a few more kicks out.
Ja, jetzt finden sie, schau,
More
das ist
goes
zwei
over.
Tage
That's
drin.
it. Llama Record Co. takes the
Sache
Die Typen
wieder
sind
da.
das.
Hand of
Ja,
Blood.
ja,
Spenos, Alex,
ja.
JJ,
Ja, das
and
gewonnen.
Carnifex are your
Lama
match.
doch.
1 second
Nicht Ninja.
right there.
Welcher Platz ist Ninja?
Well executed game.
Fünfter,
They
sechs.
say, Scissors,
Ja,
you
ja.
can hold that L instead of the trophy. Don't celebrate too early.
Wieso
World
scheiße?
Cup creative
Ja,
finals.
das
Every
sagt
game is worth so much money as well, so much prize. So to take
Ninja sicher, bis die Geldzone holt.
great. That was your fan fave to pick.
I mean, they had everything going in. They're incredibly
Oh Junge, meine
but
Füße sind
they had
eingeflossen.
to make sure they were able to get it. You can see the last few moments. They
Gott.
already boxed themselves up after clearing out the Funky Fighters, who were the only other contestants. The Funky Fighters actually also passed the Fish Fam in the last moment, which is huge in terms of not
Alle
only the
voll am
prizes,
Durchdrehen.
but what will end up being potentially a llama in the
Ich
end.
würde sagen,
let's go.
hallo,
That
weg.
is right. Loving this replay right there. The let's goes, the energy is real. You can clearly see the excitement. That was a great game to watch.
It's fantastic. Honestly, I love Sky Station Showdown so much because I think
Ich
there's
schaue
a
noch alle
level of
Videos,
depth there, right? Everything is
wenn
wood,
ich
so
noch
you're
kann
able to,
spielen
like,
von
kind of hit
Sandro
through it. The
Müller
Infinity
oder
Blade
Look
doesn't
im
work
Auto.
right away, but the Infinity Blade wielder doesn't
Oh,
work
Sandro
right away.
Müller.
6 Stunden. Nein, nicht einmal. 12 Stunden gefahren oder so.
Wo haben wir gegessen?
Incredibly
Spanien.
Yeah, it was kind of
Junge
unfortunate.
mit
One of them was, like,
Flüger.
slinging, legit,
1 Stunde.
so many
Junge.
elims, but not a lot of points,
Dann.
because play that split game is not
Wahres Herz.
not doing that. The other players are going to.
Gleich.
As we saw right there. And what was unfortunate there for the Fish Fam is they got contested twice in a row right after. They couldn't get reestablished. They couldn't group together in those long spawn lines.
Ey, ich bin eigentlich Fischbande.
Yeah, you know, I was
Muss
rooting
schnell
for
Skin
Raven's
wechseln.
revenge, man. I might have to jump on.
Warte, ich brauche auch Skin. Ich habe keinen Skin, da will ich noch kaufen.
One match?
Ja.
One match? That was quick. All right, well, he jumps on the bandwagon. We
Eh.
can jump on over to Pookie, who has an
Ich bin,
Thank you so much, guys. I am here.
ich bin no Skin. Leon, hast du mir Skin schenken?
Champions here. We have
Nah.
Llama Record
Bitte.
Company now.
Ja.
Any of you ever played this? Let's go to you first.
Yeah, we
Nee.
had a few training
Du musst
sessions
doch mal
yesterday
sagen,
and we
du
were
nicht so
totally
wie
dominating
Luca.
the game mode. So,
Nee.
I mean, we are by far the best team.
Mann.
And right now,
Nee.
we feel very confident, yeah.
Wieso?
Ja.
Well, you certainly
Ich bin
played
no
Was hast du
Skin.
gesagt,
from
Micha?
behind there. So your
Mach so
strategy
wie
is
Luca.
kind of like to get those points that
Darf
you
ich von
scored
dir
during at the
Skin?
very beginning, and
Mach
then
nicht
kind of
einfach
go
Luca.
into the middle and kind of start
Yeah.
dominating near the end. Who made that call?
I mean, that was pretty much me, yeah. Like, we know that at 7 minutes,
Ja,
like,
ich
the
bin
middle
no
is just
Skin und ich
going
wollte
top and
Skin von dir.
you get like 12 points.
Ich
in
gebe
seconds
dir
to
auch
victory.
ein
So, we
Gummiball.
decided to work on that. We weren't that good at first, but we got our strat going. So, yeah, it went pretty good.
Ah, wie lange
Strategy,
geht
are you
das?
gonna carry that
Sandu.
into the later games? You're gonna change it up?
We're just gonna
Sag's
do
mir,
the
wie
same
lange
thing.
es geht.
Hopefully no one
Drei,
follows us.
3 Stunden jetzt ein
I mean,
Event,
now all
nicht
of your
3 Stunden
competitors
das
have heard you
dritte
say
Event,
that,
das
so
Pro.
we might have to discuss strategy a
Junge,
little
ich
when
tu
the
sicher nicht
microphone gets
bis und
turned
das
on.
schauen, ich will
Now,
da etwas
finally,
Hunde im
spielen.
for you
Rucksack.
over here, how does it feel being here, playing in front of this massive audience?
It feels amazing, like...
Hat man wir gehen um 12 Uhr?
Thank you. And
Come on,
for
Miguel,
you
12.
over here, you've traveled all of this way to just be here, be at the World Cup. Is it surreal? How do you feel about it?
It's an experience.
Ich bin no Skin.
And we love Spandau.
All right, well, we'll talk about that. You guys got to educate me on that. I'm not sure what that is. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations on taking the first game. Casters, back up to you.
Thank you so much, Llama, Record Co, Hand of Blood, Spenos, Alex, JJ, and Carnifex taking the very
Aber die Lamas sind halt schon wirklich auch
the
gut.
first match on this stage. I mean, it was an impressive format. They clearly had a strategy they wanted to execute on. It took them a little bit to get there, but over the course of the game, they were consistently accruing points.
Yeah, I should have known last night they were going to do
Leon, weißt
in the
was?
hotel lobby. They were hanging out, literally as a crew. One of the
Ich
only
will
creative teams
Lobby
that I saw
Anfang
sticking
denken,
together like a
gell?
squad.
Habe ich weiter gedacht.
Like I said, bandwagon. It took less
Das
than
muss
one
gerade
match in an
Deutsche
interview. He's
werden.
like, oh yeah, I'm fully on board,
I'm
no
so
problem.
convinced.
It's all good. This
Ist
set
er ja
has been
auch.
so exciting. I mean, who are you looking at? Who can contest them, and what do you think the next step is to
Egal.
shut them down?
Ist
Is it
doch
a game
Engländer.
plan? We're
Wenn
gonna
wir
do the
das
same thing,
Thema
and I
jetzt
agree.
einfach.
If it's not
Kann ich nicht
fix it.
denken.
Like, stick to that if you're gonna keep winning, but what do the other teams do to now make them uncomfortable? How do you go challenge them?
I mean, honestly, we saw a lot of that team play out of the Fishman. Right?
Warte.
Your Infinity
Ich hol
Blade
mich schon
ability
durch.
to come up and then get the team that backed them up. You have to work together. And remember, when you catch an elimination,
Jetzt
you
geht's
get
nochmal los.
for it so it can help you build.
Yes,
Ja.
Matt and the health back,
8,
but the first
7,
match is done. The
8,
second match is kicking
5,
off
4,
now, and we will have
2,
a pretty good idea
8.
of where we're going.
No,
I'm
let's
excited
go.
to see if they can repeat, and now the second match is underway, and right away you can see some players sprinting out, some opting to take some hunting rifle shots, as Lachlan grabs that Infinity Blade and goes straight up, and you can see, you can actually make it to the top.
Was machen? Warte, um was geht's? Immer nur das, was
Der andere ist
ich
abgeflogen.
Oh mein Gott.
God,
Zur Zone
awful.
dort
Chicken
ziehen.
champions, apologies. Tenders, chicken what? You trying to tell us?
Was tut er das?
My fault.
Einfach mit einem Kreis.
Ninja! Ninja ist!
Sunshine Soldiers actually
Ja.
managed to get some points off the bat.
Ja,
Also
jetzt
halt
wird's
sie
fast
Team.
verloren.
Warriors, same thing we saw
Ja.
before. How to take a little bit of the first big step here.
I mean, Ninja, it knows those jumps. He's able to get around incredibly efficient, up to the top right away. But the early tack fights coming out, Tomoya able to ruin that one there, but then Tyler
Jetzt
creates a
nicht mehr
great
wahrscheinlich.
out.
Yeah.
What really is important here is about establishing
Chicken
control
champ.
as
Aber
a
jetzt
team.
am
You wanna
Anfang
stay
spielt sehr
together and just
keine
get
Rolle,
your
wer
momentum
vorne.
rolling as Ninja goes up.
Es
falls
ist die
quickly on
kleine
the little
Zone,
Warriors.
der
Ninja goes
rote
first,
und die
gets one
gelbe
Elam, gets two Elam.
ist
As they
Ah,
roll
mit hier geht Ninja. Ninja macht Punkte. Ja. Ninja ist in Gruppe.
That was a very well coordinated beat.
Love how they did that, and now they're all holding it together. Kaz holding on the backside, keeping these players off the ramp. But it's Gotaga squad who's coming up the top here. It's Chappie, and Gotaga dives right on up into it. And
bin grad so am Neko
right down.
Ninja hat 2 Kills schon.
Six eliminations already coming out from them. Taldock with one, Kaz
Ja,
on
der andere,
four,
der
and then
Katz,
two
der
for
hat
Ninja
jetzt
with the
4.
Infinity Blade, as Taldock is immediately spraying
Gut,
down
ja.
shots, making it just a little bit more difficult. But boom, there come the hunting rifle shots, and Taldock is taking shots.
Ja,
as
Ninja
well.
geht jetzt aber auch nur aufs
Back up,
Ina, hä?
use his team there, and
Ja.
Gotaga goes straight
Ich
up.
glaube, Ninja gewinnt.
They need some builds for their
Also
back.
halt,
Ja, das ist erst zum Schluss. Nein, schau, hast du gesehen, wie schnell das Prinzip gerannt ist?
They're just kind of
verteidigt
gatekeeping
jetzt
at the
also.
moment. Right? Like
Ninja,
Chappie's like, dude, I can't even go up right now.
das ist schon grob, hä?
It was a good
Mit dem
challenge. He
Schlag,
did some damage, but Ninja was all over it. Now already up to 4 Elans, opening up a 60-point lead, but have to keep an eye on the other
Das
parts of
Team
the
muss
map.
jetzt
As
schnell
the
jetzt
Chicken
da
Champions are
herkommen.
doing their best to
Ja.
hold the top, but
Ja,
get pushed
schön,
out.
nice.
Kaz finally gets taken down by 5 Elans.
Ja,
on
schau,
his
die haben
first
jetzt auch schon,
life.
die haben jetzt
As
fast
Ninja
wieder
bounces back
200,
up.
schau.
Will he be able to
Jetzt
clean
haben sie
that one?
200.
He does, but Chappie's on the other side. Slam
Muss
goes
es schnell
down
wie
right
mehr
away,
das
but now
Tor-
110
Match
Abstand.
1 winners, the Llama Record go, and they're already slaying out as well. 12 Elans for them, but 0 on Hand of Blood, which is actually efficient.
Ey, aber Ninja macht keine Punkte, wir sind in
Will have the
Gruppe.
sword reject going through, but he
Ja,
can't use
das
the
Come on,
powers,
man.
right? So other people need them.
He can't build. He also can't get
Die über
hit right
Lama
now, so
kann
he
nicht,
needs
das
to
muss
be
lösen.
careful because he
Ja,
is
die Zone
one
ist aber
shot away from
drin,
getting
also.
taken out here. But someone dives
Ja,
right
die Lamas
up. He
sind
has
halt
to put
wirklich
that
auch
pressure down,
gut.
and it's the Chicken Champion to make a quick end of him. And it's their turn to start
Chicken
accruing points, but
war das auch noch gut, warte.
champion leader goes down there.
Dings sind
Good
auch gut,
attempted
aber.
defense from Carnifex, was able to trade out one, but
Chicken
now we
oder
have two
Dings,
swords
wie
on
heißt die?
top. Gotaga and Lachlan just trying to beat each other up, and Gotaga comes out the winner of that
Hier
one.
wo dritt um die
Other Total Crew team does
zwei.
pick it up there. Just remember, it's 3 points when you're standing in a circle. Uncontested,
Ah!
it has to be the VIP in there.
Nein,
If you
einer
get
kommt,
7
einer
minutes,
kommt.
there is the
Es
4th
passt
circle
nicht.
that is
12
12 points per
Minuten.
second.
This is definitely
Komm,
very
Ninja.
intense for Tomaya here, who again has no health.
Oh,
The
fuck.
Funky Fighters are
Lass
trying
mich
to get that
kurz
dominant lead they
jetzt.
had in game one.
Ninja
Scheiße.
gefahren.
Die auf Platz 2
Knows
kommen.
he's on camera there. He's a little
Ja,
bit fearful of
rote
the
Zone,
taunts.
die ist kleiner, die gibt mehr Punkte, darum
Stays
sage ich.
back, says, you know what,
Ninja
points
ist schon
more
vorher am
important now.
Anfang nicht vorgesehen, dann sind sie nicht mehr in
Focusing
der
in on the
Zone.
points here.
And you can see
Yeah.
the Funky Fighters trying to prevent that ramp coming up. It's very efficient to just immediately, as soon as you come out, have two team members
der
ramp up
Franzose
into the left
eingeladen für
or
den
up into the
Party.
right so you can get up to the first level. However,
Das
you've
ist
been
scheiße,
able
er
to
hat
break
die
that in one
Nachrichten
shot
so
and you have a
ausgeschaltet,
ton
die ganze
of
Tour
rifle ammunition. All of these guys being maxed out on
Wo ist
it.
Ninja seine
See
Gruppe?
here, these are all the spawn
Ah,
points. You can
da.
actually see the banners making.
Immer
So
noch
you
erst,
know
immer noch
if
erst.
you
Jetzt,
really
jetzt,
wanna
jetzt,
focus
jetzt,
in and kind of shut down a team,
Komm, da
you
muss
totally
ich hier.
can.
Komm,
The
Ninja.
Overlords are not doing great this game.
No, and this was
Das
the double
gilt
jump I
so.
talked about. Ninja goes straight up. That's the first elim. He's going to be
Schön.
able to point his camera, go
Schön.
up and challenge as soon as the team decides. But instead, he's going to
Ja, aber die zweite darf ja keine Punkte machen.
trying to get pushed out right here. Gotaga and crew doing everything
Nice.
they can.
Schön, schön,
Talbot
schön.
is going
Da
up the
wird
back.
gestoßen.
Chappie gets taken down for Ninja's 8th elim, and he jukes him out, going straight back up top. Gotaga, does he have the health to take it? First wave comes through, and Ninja goes down.
Yeah,
Hat
he
er
just
nicht
needed
können
another
machen.
elim to put him
Ja.
back in the game. You
Ja,
gotta
aber
get that
seine
cycling bonus.
Teammates müssen
You
endlich
don't get
zu
the
ihm
heals,
gehen.
it's
Und auch
really rough. Even with the
Ja,
ability
Ja, die werden
because, you know, the heal time is kind of slow.
seine Teamlets sind nicht
Very
wirklich
slow.
gut,
You
die
can see that
Kill
going
allein
up
bringen
there,
nichts.
it's not something that you're going to be able
Dass
to
sie
rely
alle
on,
zusammensammeln und nicht
particularly when
miteinander
other
gehen.
players are getting the siphon off. If they're the ones trading out the shots, they can quickly change each.
Ja, jetzt.
Ja, Ninja mit ihm.
Animations, but look at the challenge. Three different teams going up, and now it's just a fish fan.
Ist auf
And
der anderen
it's
Plattform
doing
hin.
everything he can. Sand goes down,
Ja,
tries
schön.
to create a little bit
Jetzt
of
haben
space.
sie den
Beats
vierten
the headshot from
Platz.
Suzuhu
Ja.
and disengages.
Huddle Crew finally getting a couple points here.
Aber die
Doing
müssen
pretty
die
well for
rote
them
nehmen,
so
die
far
grüne.
on
Ja,
this map
das ist
here.
mega.
You can see this struggle just a bit. The story has definitely been Ninja's
Ah nein, er ist
challenge
allein,
so
er ist
far.
allein
He's
da am
pretty good
Raum.
right here. And even with no health, says, you know what? I'm not going to give away 3 points. Might as well
Ja.
go for it. He was so
Halt
close.
nervt
Yeah, you can
so
see him calling out the whites there on the sword, knowing they
Er ist allein am Angriff und die anderen haben auch eine
switch
Zone.
back on over to the cutoff
Yeah.
who've established themselves there, but are still struggling to kind of
Die
get
anderen
Ja,
sind
ja,
doch
angreifen.
We're really seeing them all together, but
Mal allein,
Aber
das
da
ist
da
etwas
die
stören,
Ready
dann holen
Bad.
sie sich das hin.
Lackland's team.
Als sie machen den Punkt, Ninja
There they are.
Gruppe.
They're finally starting
Also
to
wahrscheinlich Ninja.
couple of eliminations. You can see Xandy here.
Aber sie haben nur eine grüne Plattform, das sind nur 3 Punkte.
yo, they need to figure out their game
Die
plan.
Höhe
They're
die
getting
Rot.
elims and putting things together. They have
Die
solid
Rote
numbers,
geht
they're
mehr,
just
die
not
geht-
getting the right hill time. Maybe it's go
Weiß
somewhere
ich
else.
nicht, aber
You
es ist
always have
doppelt.
to go to the point that's directly in front of you. Go contest
Ich
someone,
glaube,
or
Gelb
maybe
geht
just
nach
go
9
mess with
oder
somebody in their
so.
spawn, delay them so they don't rotate towards you.
Ja, oder
Like,
10, Gelb
other
geht doch
times, as
10.
you said before,
Das
you
sogar,
can
ja.
see where people are spawning. If you want to go deny a team,
Oh,
you
mit
can
fast
send somebody to
400.
deny them. Just know that player is coming back over and over and over with likely more resources than you.
Every
Ja, von
single
Ninja.
time.
Aber ich wäre
Look at
besser,
this.
besser
The
als
Little Whip
die
Warriors
Ninja
approaching
wieder alleine am
400
Abräumen.
Ja,
mark.
grün.
And in just 1 minute,
Der hat das
that
voll
Little
im
Whip
Griff.
capture D will be unlocked in the center of the map.
And
Ja,
while
ist
they
ja
have
geil.
the
Aber
lead right now,
Aber hast du
just
gesehen, sie sind
under
alle 3
150
miteinander
points,
durchgekommen.
that
Das ist keine Chance.
disappears in the blink
da.
of an eye. That's about 15 seconds
Jetzt geht der
uncontested
Dang, der
in
der
that
Cut.
middle hill. That's just
Ja,
how
aber
valuable
das
it
Problem
is.
ist,
But
da
we
geht
saw
immer wieder auf
the
die
shift in
Grünen.
gameplay that happened. Everybody tunneled it right away, and then the Fishman were
Genau,
able to
Jetzt
get
ist-
back
Ja,
on.
sie machen den Punkt.
Kind of cycled it back in and
Ja,
just
Aber immer noch
Ich sage
Grüne.
Ninja gewinnt.
where the
Ninja
win was
sind Gruppe
taken.
gewinnt.
And right now,
Sag ich.
Lama Record Co., you said they were struggling at
Lama
the start.
ist schon
They're
wieder
doing fine right now
zweit.
in second place.
Wer die letzte
Definitely
Zone
creeping their
rein
way
ist, die
right
rote,
back
der
up.
gewinnt.
They're about to hit that 300-point mark there. Here we have Sven
Und die
just
Gelbe.
by himself right now,
Die
waiting
haben
for
vorhin
Blood to
hure
come
schnell
out,
eingenommen.
hopefully.
Also
And
die
again,
Gelbe,
no
ja,
surprise,
vielleicht.
Ninja and his crew has bounced up to the point.
Oh, Killshot Ninja.
Angle
Die
this build is
Trophy.
brilliant because if you come up the steps, you're pushing into somebody's right hand, and on the other side, you're blocked off as Ninja then just drops down Stewart 0-0-0-0, and he gets picked up with the alley-oop from
Jetzt ist ja auch
Gotaga.
wieder-
Gotaga
500 hat
with
Ninja
Magma, 1,
fast.
2, 3. Ravens out of
500.
nowhere, but the
Nice.
Little Whip
Das haupt
Warriors
die.
don't care. They're cutting down. It's
Jetzt
3,
kommt das in der
2,
Mitte.
1. You can
Das
already see
stimmt.
MS
Oh oh,
down
die
there.
Grabbizone ist geht auf.
Down there.
Gelbe,
Trying to
die
set up control
schlimmste,
right
was
away.
es
Lama
gibt.
Record Co.,
Jetzt
but
gibt
the
es
answer
zwei.
is
Alle
crazy
die
from
Lamas.
Hand of Blood
Das
really
lijkt een lama zo
early
Robinson.
too.
Ich sag immer noch Ninja, dass Ninja gewinnt.
Ja, aber Lama erobert die Mitte irgendwie. Weil Ninja geht... Ist Ninja vorher in die Mitte gegangen?
Nein, nie. Sie haben ihn nie in der Mitte gesehen.
Sie gehen immer noch
Eben.
grün.
Schau mal, wie viel
Minuten.
Sunshine Soldiers haben 57.
6,5 Minuten geht's noch. Okay.
Schau, auch die machen es vor, aber die...
Unten wird jetzt... Unten werden jetzt alle einfach wegschießen. Schau, es kommt niemand rein. Alle rein können weg. Nein, es sind die Huren Dinge getötet.
Ja, Chicken
Aber
Champions
schau, wie
haben
viele
auch.
Ja, die blaue Zone. Die holen jetzt mit der blauen Zone.
Ninja macht gerade nichts mit.
Doch, Ninja hat vorher Punkte.
Oh,
Ninja wird aufgebaut.
Ja, jetzt habe ich Chicken
Chicken hauen ihn.
Honestly,
So
the
wird
Littlewood
es
Warriors have
gesagt, so wird
to
die letzte
identify
Zone
what
Sache
platform
sein.
they're on and go take it.
Look
Well,
at
this is
Chicken
what happened to them last
und
time. They
Fisch
kind of
gefahren.
had a good lead and then stalled out. You need a game plan with the middle platform goes, and you either need to stick
Ey,
to it
Ninja,
or
mach bitte
depending on the score,
cool.
be adaptive. Because right now, Chicken Champions, they're being fine. As
Oh.
long
Und
as
so wird
Sunny
er
isn't
überholt
controlling
mit
the
der
middle,
blauen
they're
Zone.
going to be able to have that lead, and you can send one person
Und Fisch,
just throw
genau.
impulses down there over and over. Just be annoying.
Hier kann man Fisch auch noch
Nein, Ninja.
Die holen nicht mehr. Die schaffen nicht mehr. Keine Ahnung, was die wieder tun.
Hä, aber wo sind die? Die sind doch noch nicht mal auf der Map.
Das letzte Mal haben sie... Jetzt holen sie auch.
Yeah, Littlewood Warriors actually
Das letzte Mal haben sie auch bei 444 Punkten nicht mehr
They're
gekommen.
trying to get it back, so that's a battle right now.
Die
But the Funky Fighters out of nowhere, middle hill, and all of a
Die auch
sudden,
schon...
just like
Ja,
that,
jetzt
into
haben sie auch
first
Chicken
place,
Champions.
going to
Oh,
pass
oh.
700 in just a second. No, gets pushed out, and now they're back in there. Tomoya going off right now. Lumberjack and Co.
Okay,
Now
next
they're
is-
trying to push him out, and you can see they're contesting it over and over again, but they're not getting the points they saw last game, falling off the pace.
Yep. They are slowly just battling
Bang.
for this number one. Chicken Champs kind of
Der
overtaking
ist
it now
so
as well.
Platz, die
Fish
gibt
Fam
es.
not too far either. Everyone's
Nein, 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 nein. Ninja wird viert.
Don't forget. If you
Nein,
take
nicht.
a victory, you
Oh,
win 55,000 bonus in
Fisch
prize.
Sie sollen endlich von die Huren Zonen mal probieren
21
rein.
eliminations, and right as I say that, apologies for the caster first. but
Alle
21
zusammen
eliminations
miteinander gehen.
from the Belgian. He loves practicing his builds in creative and is showing it all.
Scheiße.
Really clever defensive cone.
Mal, der Ninja
Ja,
ist
sie
gelber.
Ja, Ninja.
Ah, aber es geht wohl.
Ja, aber er
Ja,
hat
das
allein...
allein mache ich auch.
Er ist
Ja,
leider.
die anderen
Ja,
müssen
die
alle
sind ganz allein.
miteinander
Die anderen sind irgendwo anders dann.
Aber Ninja seine Gruppe wird wahrscheinlich gewinnen, wenn alle gegeneinander
Ich
sind.
muss schauen, es sind alle Lamas drin. Ich muss schauen, wie die Lamas sind.
Schnell
Ganz
rauskommen.
cool schauen.
Ja, da gibt es schon über 500. Und es geht noch 3,5 Minuten.
Scissors is playing the long game here. Just eating away at the threshold here at the top.
So Zuzu isn't grouped with them. I'm assuming they've sent him to just go either watch middle and be their middle control. No, he just came up the backside. There you go. And just like go flying at people as the Kodoku come up in a
Ja, aber Dings ist erst.
from the side and
Ja,
gets
sie-
taken
sie
down.
wollen nicht
But the
easy.
Funky
Ja, aber eine kleine Zone.
Nur ein Punkt.
Yo, so if you
Nur
are
ein
the
Punkt,
Fish Fam or Little Whip
Feld
right now,
Ninja
you
ist
have to
zwei.
send somebody to stop them.
Ein
Dritt.
Punkt
Infinity
fällt.
Wielder gets
Ein
out of
Punkt
the spot
fällt
and
jetzt.
goes anywhere.
Und
Once
das
again,
ist-
they will
das
win.
wäre bitter,
Somebody
wenn
has to
sie-
deny him. It is
Ein
all to win.
Punkt fällt
Anywhere
mir.
he goes, it doesn't have to be the one near.
Wenn sie jetzt noch aufgeholt werden.
Uncontested second will
Ein
be the
Punkt.
victory for them.
These are the final moments here, Sundown. Look at him. He's got a slight grin on his face. He wants to do it. Is this the point that he's going to make
Wieso
it?
geht ihr nicht
He
einfach
takes
schnell
the
dort
stake.
rein?
He does miss.
Ich muss doch nur schnell eine
Seems
reinlassen.
up there. All he has to do is
Ja,
try
du
to
musst
use
eben
it
ein paar
one time.
Sekunden
Can he
drin
win
sein.
this straight? He does not.
Ja, geile
And
Kill.
as you watch,
Geile
check the
Kill.
points on the right-hand side. Nobody is
Oh my god, you know the
gets the control there, but Little Whip
So,
Ninja, Casey ist rechts, oder wie der heißt.
back and looking to find it, but the
Ninja ist
contestant goes to the
Mitte.
middle. Here's Tomoya.
Ninja
Oh,
ist
ich
zwei.
sehe
In there, uncontested will be enough.
Ja, Ninja ist allein Mitte.
oh mein Gott.
Ninja ist allein in der Mitte, was kann er machen?
He find it, and he does.
Funky.
Okay, es ist noch da.
The impulse doesn't go off. Tomoya
Funky.
Ja, was kann Ninja machen? Also nein, in der Mitte.
Er ist immer allein, aber jetzt ist es zwei. Wie viel Zeit
Ja, aber
hat
zwei.
Funky geworden?
Vorne
Funky, wie viel Zeit
weiß
war
gar nicht.
Ich glaube nicht so weit vorne. Und Ninja ist glaube ich 4. oder 5. oder?
Vorne, ja.
Ich glaube
Ah,
am
Maxi
Schluss
ladet mich.
das hat 30 Kills dort.
Ja, mehr so.
Gut so. Ah, schon wieder Einladung. Ich soll es aufhören, was
Aber irgendwie ist es gleich spannend. Ist einfach nicht so viel wie sonst bei
Ja, das habe ich noch nie gesehen, so einen Modus. Ich sage ja, das ist so ein neuer Modus gesehen.
Oh, schau jetzt.
Ja, ich sehe, wo die anderen alle sind.
Aber er hat auch am Ninja sein Team auch ein bisschen gekauft. Das weiß ich auch noch.
Aber T-View ist nicht drin, gell?
Nein, die sind bei den anderen Sachen. Dabei, weißt du wo? Im Solo und Duos, dort sind sie auch dabei. Und Montreal und so die.
Really? Well, I can't really.
Heftig.
Right after, yay, the next team who won. I'm there.
Ja,
But
so
no, great performance coming out from them. And it's
Hey,
one
ich
thing we
habe
talked
keinen
about, right?
Abonnent
The adaptation that happens
nur
from
10.
Mal, ich habe dich abonniert.
Ja, mal so schon, Fabio auch.
Ich muss nur das Ding so machen und dann abonniere ich dich.
Situations, they really just kind of crept up and
Ich habe nie... Look, ich habe nie Bock, das da installieren oder was das jetzt ist.
sure that they've got time in the middle when Little Whip and that team weren't able to get their Llama Record and Little Whip were going at it constantly.
Weißt du was, ich spiele jetzt ein bisschen andere Minigame, wie es wieder
that's just
weitergeht.
kind of how it happens, you know? Now they find themselves one step closer to
Nuh-uh.
taking the Silver Llama for this set. Because remember, at the end of the day, these are just the games, but they have to take the entire set. Now the pressure's on.
The pressure is on, but the Funky Fighters have a little bit of pressure off of their shoulders because they know they got that top
Ich spiele jetzt Minigame.
standing by on the top deck with a Pooks. What do you got for us?
So,
Thank you so much, Sundown. I am down here with our second game winners here. Congratulations, guys. First off and foremost. Now, I gotta talk about them.
Zeg
You
met
guys
krabben
needed 1
hoofden.
point left to win. What was that like?
I was really nervous. Like, I was just imagining, like,
Bruh.
losing with 1 point would be terrible.
Oh, das Game so 800 sieht immer nur nice aus.
It was definitely devastating. I
Also,
was
der
screaming in
Frau.
my seat. I heard all the fans in the audience screaming for you guys.
Die sind doch alle
So
Frauen
going
nice.
into the next games, what do you guys think your strategy is going to be? Are you gonna keep doing what you're doing, or gonna mix it up a little bit?
I think doing what we're doing is fine because first game we got second place, second game we won. So yeah, we're gonna try and do the same thing and hopefully win again.
And
Und
hopefully
es echt regnen,
more than
wenn
a
sie
1 point
fahren.
buffer, right?
Du.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Now just coming over here to you. What has it
Leon,
been like to be here
du hast mir ja
at the
so
World
Spiele
Cup?
gezeigt,
In
gell?
front of this audience,
Ja,
we
das,
literally
ja.
cheer for you guys
Ja,
to
das
win.
Ding
What
so.
was that
Wie
like?
heißt das?
Ja.
It's fun.
Ich habe,
That's the only thing I
wie
can
kommst du
do.
dit Herzli über? Ich habe noch kein Herz
Meet
bekommen.
your teammates and just have fun.
Es was?
Have you guys had a
Bei der
chance to
Basis
play
kann ich so
together
das
before?
Herz
Is this your first time playing together as a
machen.
team?
I don't
Ich habe noch keins bekommen
Is it your
von
first
jemandem.
time playing together as
Ha.
a team?
Yeah, it's the first time.
Doof,
Well,
hä?
you guys definitely
Ja.
make it look
Und du hast 4.
Thank you
Hast du
all
mir einen
so
Tipp
much
gegeben,
for
was ich
your
soll
time.
bauen?
You get
Ich habe jetzt einen
your synergy back
Laserzoom
together.
gebaut.
Sundown
Hä,
and
was
Monster, back
hast
to
du?
you.
Ah, du meinst es so. Was? Du hast gröber als ich und du hast noch 0 Herzen.
Ja, warte, warte, schau mal meine Basis an, schau mal meine Basis an. Und ich habe noch 85, ich habe noch 87 Gems. Also 87 von diesen Dings hier. Soll ich die Basis für 75 kaufen? Also für 75 von diesen Juwelen oder was das ist.
Der Bossburger.
I mean, Tomoya talked about it. He was like, hey, when I pick my team,
Sandy, spielst du auch noch ein bisschen das Burgerspiel?
Ich kann nicht, dann tut der Stream unterbrechen.
Mal unten links, aha.
Dann sieht man ja nicht das Spiel und nicht das Game, oder nicht das Video.
Mal unten links, sieht man das Video.
Ja, so mini, ja.
Leon, ihr könnt bei mir eine Stufe bauen. Soll ich das machen?
here at this
Mach
Sky
doch.
Station. Yeah, it's been very
Also ist dir egal.
them, but it's still anybody's game. Don't forget the
Mir
winner
ist-
of
mir
the
ist
silver
egal,
llama
ist
is
deine
the one
Basis.
who has accumulated the
Junge,
most
ich
prize
weiß
money
nicht, was ich
across
mit
which
diesen
equates to
85
but you
Juwelen
don't get
machen.
punished if you're placing
Ey,
in
wie
that
viel Dings hast du?
or receiving the same
Was?
amount of prize money
Ähm,
in each one of the matches.
wie viel Geld hast du in Brawl Stars?
So you really have to fight till the end.
Hey,
Regardless
Brawl
if you're the
Stars?
lead or not, this is
Ja,
why
wie
these
viel
guys are
Geld hast du?
going for it
700
because this is
etwas.
life-changing
Ich
power.
habe 1700
And I mean, we've
irgendetwas.
seen the
Ja, ich bin
difference
schon
in 10
fast in der
seconds in that
August.
center circle. 120 right there. It makes a huge
Leon,
difference.
aber ich habe mir
But
so eine
enough of us
gute
breaking it
Waffe,
down.
glaub
We're gonna
gekauft.
throw it
Ist die gut?
outside to
Warte.
Bolo,
Wie,
'cause he's
mit
gonna
was
show us
tust du das jeden
what's
Tag
up with the
ausgeben?
tactics. Bolo, what do you got for us?
Für was?
Mit Powerpunkten und so.
Band festival, and I don't have a bandwagon here, but maybe after this set I'll have to hop on somewhere.
Ja, Leon, ich habe so eine Waffe gekauft, die ist legendär. Sie hat 400 etwas gekostet. Also, hier ist die Aktion für 100.
Ich hätte auch legendär. Also, du hast erst eine legendäre Waffe.
Nein, 2. Wenn nicht, nein, 3 habe ich.
Gut, ich habe 17.
Und etwa 2 denkwürdige habe ich.
Ich habe
Und
17
ist die gut? Ist die gut, Leon? Frost, Strahlwaffe.
Die habe ich. Ja, die
Ist die gut?
Oh, warte, es geht weiter.
Die habe ich mir gekauft vom Ding, wo es Rabatt gegeben hat für die.
Ich habe alle Skins in diesem Spiel, wirklich alle.
Nein, das ist richtig, oder?
Hey Leon, kannst du mal auf Dings gehen, das Spiel und schau meine Basis an?
Ah, ich glaube, das ist vorerst der
Der Lasertune wird morgen fertig sein. Leon.
Also, Punk ist die erste Runde 2 geworden.
Weißt du, was, ich kaufe mir
Das ist jetzt in dem Fall weiter Führung.
Kannst du geben, das Dings da?
Oh ja.
Die führen jetzt in dem Fall recht weit. Die ist eigentlich erst und eigentlich
Wieso bist du schon
zwei.
parat, Hessi?
Was
Leon,
ist 10
schau
Minuten
schon meine
los?
Basis an.
Warte schnell.
Kannst du mir zeigen, wie sie ist? Es kommt noch ein Lasertune an und da wird aber erst morgen gebaut. Also morgen ist er fertig.
Ich baue mir jetzt alles, was ich habe.
Leon, ist was fahren Sie in 10 Minuten los?
Ja.
Ich baue mir hinter... Leon, warte, geh mal auf Basis. Leon, geh mal auf Basis. Und auf Gebäude. Leon. Ja. Findest du das Kontrollzentrum gut?
Mann, musst du immer so laut reden? Was hast du gesagt?
Findest du das Kontrollzentrum gut? Wo 75 Juwelen kostet?
Ich bin ja noch nicht mal drinnen.
Ah,
Jetzt bin ich drinnen.
Jetzt startet es wieder die dritte Runde.
ist sie gut? Ja, ist Kontrolle. Also ist auch die Bauen, oder ist auch ein super Bauen?
Mann, es ist mir doch egal, bau was du willst.
Mir ist es auch egal.
Ja, wieso baust du überhaupt etwas? Wenn es dir egal ist.
Wenn ich Lust habe. Ich nehm... Ich kann als Einhorn nehmen.
Hey, es geht dann weiter, Leon. Gell?
Ich kann als Einhorn nehmen.
14 Minuten geht's, gell.
Soll ich Einhorn kaufen?
Kannst du, wenn du willst.
Am Anfang sind sie gern gut und dann sind sie plötzlich sehr schlecht.
Ich habe
So, Mann, ich habe mir jetzt, weißt du was gekauft? Ich habe... Himmelstor.
Bitte?
Also das kommt jetzt erst übermorgen.
Ja. Wie sieht das aus?
Das ist ja wirklich
Da das Himmeltor, durch das Goldige.
Ah, das ist ein Teammate.
So, if
Oh,
I'm
man.
the Llama
Oh,
record
was
holder,
Llama.
Hä?
and I know
Niemand
I won a
voor.
match, and then I did okay in the
Lama
last
sta
match.
je
Ik
lijkt
vind
op.
dat
So
man.
they were there. They're close. Monkey Fighters
Dat
have
kwam ik
taken
heel
second
gevoel
place.
voor ben scoort.
Do you send somebody to just
Was rettest du? Du hast du weer gar nicht das Grund verkaufen. Wir spielen jetzt Brawl. Wie Hintergrund. Gang mal auf Hintergrund. Ah, du meinst das, ja. Dynamisch. Ich darf das kaufen.
Yeah, but the problem is then,
Mach.
the Little Wars have been so
Ist mir egal.
consistent.
Ist mir egal.
To snipe the competition because you over-focus. So I think the play here is play your game, and if anything,
Michi, kommst du Brawl Stars?
do that, you know, gritty work for you.
Gaan we
Dominate the
opverkopen.
other side, take that victory.
Kommst du Brawl Stars?
Here at Monster, that's fantastic analysis. That's why we keep you around. The breakdown and making sure you challenge the initial opinion there.
Die Nord
Aber look, komisch ist, ich habe immer noch kein Herzen. Haha.
Yeah, even like Gotaga's team is still in this.
Ey, warte, komm, ich jetzt Ladekabel.
Well so far. Here it
Ich
is.
kann immer wie weiter
Gotaga
hängen.
Ninja strikes him right down. Oh, but his teammate comes on in. Raven's Revenge. Who is that? Magma comes right up to the top. And he has a little fun fact about Magma. He's from Australia. He started playing in Fortnite Season 2. His favorite aspect of Raven Mode is actually speedrunning. Always finds new ways to kind of play the game.
I mean, good on him, man. I would get incredibly frustrated by
No, 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 no.
speedruns and how quickly they go through and how efficiently. It just reminds me why we're up here talking about it and watching them do this creative madness as Scissors cuts through the competition.
Dat is verroemd tegen Hoer.
Delay and right back down, Cuddle Crew not quite able to get him. It goes up again, so right now just denying the Cuddle Crew the points. But we talked about how we want to see more of them right now pushing into the top.
Alles een goed punt.
Komm, Ninja, jetzt holt er auch Punkte. 17, ah, scheiße, die 17. Leon. Ah.
Here it is, Ninja.
Oh,
Disengages, actually just takes down Magma.
Leon.
And hey, I like the strat here. He said,
Ja.
bring it low.
Ja, du noch noch Fressen, ist gut. Was machst du? Ich tu noch schnell Fressen und nachher komme ich Brawl Stars an. Oh, Äpfel. Ja, bis du fertig gegessen hast, bin ich schon in Spanien. Schön.
200 IQ. Low key right there. It was very low play. But back to Gotaga. And Hand of Blood here in the same shot. Hand of Blood just can't do much. He knows
Raven ist halt auch schon eine hohe grobe Skin.
hops right to the top.
Er hat Ninja killt! Scheiße! Was ist dein Problem, Mann?
Can he get the hit? And he does. Tauna goes right down. Straight to the top.
Dat 12 ook heel strand.
Right as the animation had started to make sure he clipped him from the bottom, dodged the Funky Fresh Fighter out. Gotaga now getting pinched from the side. 3 of the Funky Fresh Fighters up there doing everything they can, and the shots will come out.
Krop.
Laat maar lopen, gar niet vertellen. Und Funky ist ja auch noch 2 Plätze. Garten.
Wenn dort noch Powder ist, ist sie eigentlich immer irgendwie nicht so gut drin.
And here it is, someone's in front of him. He only needs 2 sweats. He goes down, he gets the siphon. Oh, cannot convert another, which would have kept him in the game. His teammates are here.
We're seeing a lot more points being scored. It's a little more top heavy this game, going towards the
Lama, schon wieder Beat oben.
Llama record goes 100 points clear of the rest of the field.
Unfortunately, though, the Funky Fighters have fell to the bottom of the totem. If they can't come up to the top, they actually are pushing themselves way out of the average, running for the win of this set. So they really need a massive comeback here. But Savenos is showing why he's here with 13 eliminations already. And bye-bye, falls down. Lucky for him, no fall damage.
Yeah, it does reset, and that might be one of those moments where you're up for denying him.
Sandy, wenn du nicht willst mitmachen, wie viele Kills würdest du machen?
Keine Ahnung, aber nur. Nein, ich würde schon immer etwa einen Kill holen.
2 etwa.
Nein, du würdest schon Kills holen, aber du kannst dich noch immer verstecken und das so probieren killen. Aber es bringt ja nichts, du musst eine Zone rein. Es ist eben eine Mischung von beiden.
Oder du versteckst dich in der Zone.
Ja, jetzt zumindest sogar dort, wo es Tweet mitmacht, die überholen sogar nicht.
Funky, ja. Ja, und Ninja muss wieder die Top 3 folgen davon. Vielleicht planen sie ja jetzt auch mal für uns.
Ah, dass sie dann gerade in die grössere, gröbere,
Ja, sie sind immer vorne weggegangen und dann haben sie verloren und jetzt vielleicht Stange.
Die anderen ist schon ein bisschen die Hälfte, die Ravens.
Und sie kommen nicht vorwärts.
Before the 7-minute mark, maybe kind of get themselves in the running. They're trying their hardest.
Generally, we talk about caster curses. It might be like player jinxes going on right now. Everyone's saying, "Yeah, we're doing well. We're going to stick to our game plan."
That just shows you no one is safe here. These guys are evolving, and they're playing a better game after game. Here goes Scissors. He needs one more swipe there, but Clyde Tax wins the small.
Jetzt müssen sie mal die rote Zone rein.
Ja, komm, jetzt sind sie Viertplatz.
Ja, aber immer noch sehr weit drin.
Und noch 100 Punkte.
Und Punkies kommen schon wieder. Punkies kommen immer am Schluss.
Ryan Frantic comes out the side and cleans it up, but there is Hand of Blood coming directly down. Daniel is also up there. We got a three-way battle, but it's
Boah,
four
ab Chicken Champions, die
get
wird
out.
so.
That's right. Right up to own it
Oh, so
all
all
for
the Chicken
themselves.
Champions.
Rubius doing so good right now. He's from Spain. He actually has a record on, what is it, YouTube for live streaming? 1.1 million viewers, imagine.
Oh, jetzt geht's wieder auf die Gelb. Oh, jetzt.
Die haben auf YouTube über 1 Million Zuschauer.
Ja, 2 Zuschauer, nice.
Ja. Muss mich schnell anlegen.
Ja.
Ah nein, warte, ich kann doch.
Das ist die gelbe Abfahrt.
Und dann geht's los nach Spanien. Spanien, der Bania. Aber ich habe sonst im Handy, wenn ich darf.
Aber bis zu der Grenze kannst
Das geht für die beiden in der Gelbzone.
Just doing a pretty good job
das ist mal hure schlecht.
after all of these rounds. So for if Gotaga's team takes this, we actually don't know who can take this set right now. It's actually
Ja, wie es auch aussieht, wenn die Ravens so weitermachen, gewinnen die. Die haben fast 800.
Servus!
Moya coming in, doing everything he can to knock it down. Carnifex challenging as best he can, and Lachlan is just hanging out inside the cone.
Lachlan's doing a great job here. He's just kind of hiding, loving the low profile, kind of position and take here on the point. He was hidden, but hey, he has to come out now and defend himself. His 3 chickens who surround him and take down.
Nein, sie alle vollkommen durch.
Aber die Chickens machen es gut, die gehen jetzt in die Außenzone rein und holen Punkte. Oh, Ninja macht Punkte, aber nicht viel.
Ja. Das hätte man aber
Aber sie holen Punkte. Im Moment ist niemand bei ihnen.
Kann ich machen, kannst du noch?
Schau, Frauen. Frauen 4, 3, 4.
Frauen mitmachen,
to win this one. Ravens revenge. Can they hold it? Or will Cuddle Crew find themselves a big
Jetzt geht's dir gerade auf Spanien, jetzt geht's dir gerade auf Spanien. Lalalala.
Leon? Was? Hast du eigentlich 2 Accounts gemacht? Bei einem zeigt mir immer noch an, dass du, also bei dem Streaming, dass du 1300 Pokal hast.
Ja.
Oh, jetzt haben wir die Pushbranch da.
Okay. Hä, was? 1200? Nein, das muss ein Irrtum sein.
Doch, du bist das. Und ich habe, aber ich weiß das auch.
Ich bin ja noch nicht mal online auf Brawl Stars.
Ja, mir zeigt immer an, dass du on bist.
Frauen holen Company.
Leon, ich bin halt noch nicht so in deinem Clan gewesen, gell? Nachher bin ich da zu Brawl Stars, gell? Ich denke, Ah, cool, das sagt er, wo du bist. Noch eine Brawl Stars startet, du spielst Brawl Stars.
23 und dann 16 Kills.
Aber Leon, weißt du, was bei mir auch eins ist? Es hat mir angezeigt, dass ich Brawl Stars, dass ich 2000 Runden pro Kau habe.
Welcher kommt schon Brawl Stars?
Warte. Ja, da kann ich da nicht retten. Ich muss nämlich raten.
Gut, ich bin schon in der Runde.
Ravens
Ja,
hat
aber das
gewonnen,
Ding ist halt schon noch grob.
Hey Leon, spielst du eine Runde?
Ja.
Die anderen können sie noch aufholen.
Ja, ich kann nicht
Ich
so.
nicht nur ein Weit hängen, das heisst, ich habe keine Chance.
Und Kuschelkuh,
Für was ein gutes Auto? Für was ein gutes Auto?
Kopf an Kopf.
Denk alle!
Oh, ist besser. Oh, es tut immer abwechseln. Oh, Scheiße. Oha.
Und?
Ja.
Bam.
Dann knapp nicht geschafft, Kuschelkuh.
Mhm.
Aber ohne Kopf. Graben.
Raven.
Fast
Ey, aber irgendwie die Lamas gewinnen so fast immer.
Just the fact that they stepped on the point, they couldn't earn points and lost the lead. They were just a tick ahead.
Ich hab keinen Bock zum Schauen, ich mache die Runde.
Oh, wie der hinten auf 25 Kills hat gemacht.
Hä? Ist auch ein Spiel ja abgestürzt.
Nein, ist rausgegangen, also du hast
What's it like to win a game on that stage? I have no idea. Those guys do.
At some point before the day's over, we really got to recap the other point of view there, because they had it. They were one tick ahead. They were there, knocking on 55,000 away from bonus prize on top of this entire competition. It was right there.
And it got taken away, and this is why
Look, the neue Auto.
the clutch little moments, the interactions that happen, very similar
Das war
to
es jetzt schon los, das ist
every
nur
single
Frieden.
thing that is happening on the map.
Ja, eben, ich habe es ihm schon auch gesagt.
Ja, macht nichts, das könnt ihr gemütlich machen.
Aber ist gleich gut. Zwischendrin tun wir noch ein bisschen schlafen.
Magma, Arthur, and Chappie as well. Just a great performance out of them, taking the top spot
Good.
in the final match of the first set.
Now I get to say, I was right the whole time. I started off, Raven's Revenge, kind of making me feel like, hey, these are my guys. Just go with your gut, guys, all right? Raven's Revenge, that's who I said when I started this whole thing. Told you.
He's not wrong. They were able to take it there, but we're going to throw it up top to an interview with Raven's Revenge with Zeke.
Weißt du, Fabio, hure fies, die haben 1 Million Zuschauer, die könnten mir nur schnell 1000 oder 10.000 übergeben und dann können sie wieder zurück.
I am here. You guys got your revenge. I gotta ask, first question to you, Gotaga. How does it feel to be
Das wäre aber
here in the
schon,
stadium
aber
with
ich glaube
fans,
so,
the
auf
roar,
YouTube
and to
ist
be
viel schlechter.
facing off against your peers? Was it what you expected?
Twitch hat jetzt vielleicht ein paar
Honestly, it's
gekommen.
crazy, and I have a really strong
Hey,
team
1000 länger doch,
a lot from
Sando.
mistakes, and I'm so glad to be
Ja,
here, to
es
be
macht
honest.
Spaß. Ja, von 1 Million sind 10.000 Leute,
I don't know how to
1%.
describe it. Like,
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy being here. I'm right there with you. All right, so
Wieso schreibst du es denn nicht in den Chat?
is it you? Who is it?
Kind of all 4 of us. We were playing through straight at first, so we just had to just go in there and just kill them as fast as we could, and then spawn trap. That was it.
Okay, what's the strategy like? Are you guys, talking through at the beginning? Are you guys waiting for someone else to make a move? Or are you guys like, no, we're going in first?
Yeah, we're trying to, really pressure Ninja's team. We're trying to put pressure on that green point. And yeah, we were able to control it over them. They ended up wussing off over to the center. And yeah, we were able to play our game and play what we wanted.
Awesome. All right, final question. What do you want to say to all the fans that are here watching, cheering you guys on, and from home?
I don't know, it's just incredible. I'm happy that so many people are here. I don't know, just enjoying the show. It's amazing, honestly.
Well, congratulations, guys. Now, I believe for now, we're going to send it over to Golden Boy, who is standing by.
So, jetzt kommt die 4. Runde.
Wie viele Runden sind es?
Ich glaube 5.
Ja, da kann ich easy fertig schauen. Noch im Auto.
Weißt du, wie viele Zuschauer oder Aufrufe das ich habe? Oder habe? 9. Nur.
Hure viel, hä? Ey, Respekt an dich!
Mein höchstes Video hat über 1000 Aufrufe gehabt, über 1900. Das ist das, was ich verglichen kann mit
I just want
Apex
to
und
touch on something
Fortnite.
that, you know, is kind of interesting. He called Ninja's capture point the green point.
habe
These
ich so
guys are
viel Aufrufe
like that
bekommen.
focus here. He's like, okay, we know who's kind of farming which ones. They're shutting players down, shutting down their competition so that they can take these sets.
Well, that's the next step, right? As soon as you're immediately in there, and that's the big part for Sky Station that I enjoy, is you have the ability to see where the other opponents are in relation to you for score. So if you want to go,
Ah, schon noch cool, dass Fortnite so beliebt ist wie ein so ein Fußballmatch.
effectively help your team the most by just denying the
Also
other
ja,
guys and being
mehr.
like, hey, you don't get to play
Da
this.
so
And
viele
occasionally,
Junge,
if you
die
put
schauen,
enough
ja.
pressure on them, maybe they
Ja.
default to rotating the other way.
Voll,
Maybe they go somewhere
ja.
longer. Maybe they have to wait and only pushes forward. All of those are advantages you can get by just putting pressure on another team. And there's so many different layers. And I think when we see the remix for this, it's going to get even more exciting.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, here and at home, there's a remix version. We have some nice twisted surprise that we will see unfold as the day goes on. That was just our first iteration of this round, and honestly, it was a great set. But that just leaves us with the question, too. The Funky Fighters, they had an amazing opening, right? Second place is great. You get big prize bonus for that. You win game 2, and then you kind of flop game 3. Depending on where they went, their average might have really been anchored down.
Yeah, that ends up being really, really, really harmful. But luckily there, if you're in the 4th to 8th range, there's no additional, I don't want to say penalty, because they're all getting $10,000 for the match in and of itself. So there's just no additional gain after that fact. You're still able to stay par. So 4th would have been just as bad, but 8th, you're kind of looking like, oh, that'll really bring down the average. It's not the worst case scenario going on there. So they should still be at least in the running, but you can't be comfortable.
No.
Like, not at all. It's so incredible, and now we are going to go over the stage. We have the results, and your set 1 winner is the Funky Fighters. The last match was not enough. The singular win in the double goes over. They will have that first silver llama, and there he is throwing it up, and I mean,
Was
you
the
gotta be
last
happy.
match?
They did it.
Letzte Match.
Maybe it wasn't enough, but it was. Love this celebration right here.
You kind of are like, it's a little, I don't want to say like bittersweet there, but it's like, oh, you kind of like get pushed out in the last game, and then boom, you get it. But now the silver llama, but they're happy. They realize, and the big thing, that gives them a leg up for the rest of the competition. If they can win, the next match, another team has to win both of them. But such a great job from the Funky Fighters, sticking to their guns, staying with the strategy, getting 2 top 2 place finishes. One
Ich
of them being
denke jetzt, was
Actually,
denkt
love
ihr?
this.
Lama.
Getting together, showing team harmony. They're clearly happy
Ich
to
denke
take
auch
the
Lama,
first set. That's
will.
amazing.
Das kann ich
They're
glaube
all
sagen,
to the
Raven,
right
aber
start, really. They can get another
Raven
one.
Hey, Lama, hey, eigentlich erst,
This
eigentlich
entire creative
zweit,
finals
das
is theirs.
letzte Mal
Well,
zu
and
viel.
again, we talked with Tamoya beforehand, and he was like, yeah, we're really confident when we can get in the races. We want to be on that world run. We know we can do that. We have some really good runners. And then they turn around and do that.
I was just
showdown.
yeah, I was just gonna touch on.
I'm cool, see her.
This wasn't even their strong suit, right? He did a death run at some point as when he recruited his people for this creative challenge.
Is er überhaupt schon
For him to
fertig?
take what might be one of our, you know,
Aha.
toe-to-toe.
Ich kann gar nicht Tschüss
That's actually
sagen.
crazy. And here's the team standing
It's
sundown.
there,
Yeah, look at
Funky
the final
Fighters.
Hey, Funky Fighters haben erst, eben sie sind erst. Lama 2, Raven 3, Lil Rock die 5.
Ah ja, aber hey, gleich viel wie Anfang.
Und Frauen, was sind die?
Ja.
Wie heißt
Ich glaube Sunshine, Solitaire.
Chicken sind die
Sunshine Soldiers.
Ja, das sind die, ja.
There's still tons of creative games to be going on. I mean, it's been so good, and like we talked about earlier,
Sind wir noch nicht
we have
fertig?
a never before seen
kommt vielleicht ein anderer Modus.
for you guys. Now, I know we released Prop Hunt. It's something that's kind of similar to that. How many of you guys have played Red Dead Redemption at some point in time, right? You've been there, you've done it. I know, whether it might have been a little while ago. Junkyard Juke is a red light, green light prop hunt version where you will have 2 teams sitting up as guards, 6 teams running. It will rotate through every single one of the rounds, and here you can see how to win. You have to dodge those guards, swing into the center, and incinerate yourself in order to get those points. There are 4 rounds per match, monster.
Ich glaube, ich muss jetzt abdrehen, ab auf Spanien.
Okay, ja. Eine gute Reise, Leo, und das ist auch nochmal
Nein, ich bin mir aber nicht sicher. Also ich kann einfach mal sagen,
to the incinerator under the guard tower. It's actually really difficult, and like you said, it's a hybrid. So red light, green light, slash prop style. It's a pretty tough game mode. We've played a fair amount of it. I got my hands on it. This is actually a lot harder than it kind of sounds.
So it's something that is just completely different. I don't know how many of you guys have played Prop Hunt. Definitely check it out. It's on the creative.
Sandy, stell dir vor, du kannst sicher auch mal diese so einen Platz sitzen.
Aber du musst auch am PC gehen.
Maybe I want to run.
Don't
give it away. Don't give it away. There's tons of different things. Let's check out the format and see what these guys, how they're going to go through, what the map looks like, and really get an idea.
Look, da rechts hat, weißt du, hast du gesehen, was der für ein T-Shirt an hat? Vom Wildcard.
Get ready for more creative Fortnite with the latest competitive map, Junkyard Juke.
Oha. Jetzt wird sich vorstellen, was neu ist. Neue Modus jetzt.
Ah, die spielen Prop Hunt! Das ist verdammt grob, das Spiel, das kenne ich. Ich und Micha spielen das die ganze Zeit, ja.
Versteck ist, gell?
Ja, ja.
Level 2.
Und dann musst du dort vorlaufen und irgendwie einen Kill oder so.
Armed only with
Oder die
revolvers
Wiener
and their
laufen,
keen
genau.
attention to detail.
Anscheinend jetzt.
During each round, teams of props will earn points by reaching the incinerator in the central pit. The bigger the prop, the more points. But be careful. Being bigger means you're easier to spot. To keep themselves from getting eliminated, prop teams need to time their movements very carefully.
Aber wenn ein kleinerer Gegenstand ist, gibt es wenig Punkte, der grosse gibt mehr Punkte.
And the center point turns green,
Aha,
giving the prop
Der Verteidiger muss immer probieren, natürlich dann
Once a prop
abzuziehen.
reaches the goal,
Aber
they
es ist voll mega
home base
schwierig.
to start over, running as many props as they can before the match ends. If a player is eliminated,
Der Modus gibt's ja jetzt in der Lobby einfach.
and need to start the track all over again. After 4 rounds, each team's points from their prop rounds will be combined, and the team with the most
Ah,
points.
jeder kann selber einen Gegenstand wählen.
So keep an eye out for those moving bushes, crates, and gnomes, and enjoy the Junkyard Juke.
Aber Büsche sind am
Thank you so much, Zeke, for that
gröbsten.
update. That's Junkyard Juke, something that has never before been seen. It looks kind of a little simple, but it's wacky, it's fun. There's a lot of small
Vielleicht ist ja in einem anderen Modus besser
min max on, and also there's just a level of ridiculousness that I enjoy so much. Just seeing somebody turn themselves into a literal dumpster and then try and weave their way past, it's a lot of fun.
Let the memes
Sandy, aber ich schaue
come
dann
to
nicht auf
life
deinem
here.
Kanal,
That's your
gell?
favorite.
Whoa, you talking about my gameplay again? God, that's so rude.
Turn them into dumpsters, literally. We'll get to see
Ich
that
möchte,
unfold
weißt
here.
du, Kurt möchte die
I gotta
ganze
say,
Zeit
this is
reden
a
und so.
frustrating game mode. It's very
Nein,
difficult.
höre
You
ich
guys are
nicht mehr
gonna
reden.
see why. It is gonna be tough for some of these
Nein,
guys.
ich meine euch.
Big point objects.
Du hörst uns nur reden, weil du jetzt in unserer Gruppe drin bist. Im Game. Das hörst du gar nicht.
Nein, ich meine, auf dem Handy habe ich euch vor der ganzen Zeit gehört.
Du hörst mich nicht, mich. Ich bin genug.
Gehen wir! Also, tschüss zusammen!
Tschüss, also liebe Grüße. Uns beiden.
Gruß von Sando.
Von Seven auch. Gute
Von der
Fahrt.
Dante auch. Von der Dante
Ja,
auch.
gute Fahrt. Und viel Spaß.
Away, you can see Chappa, Gotaga, Magma, and
Guys, love.
RTA of Raven's Revenge, and then the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, Taco, Taldak, and FaZe, Kaz taking their shots off. Now, fun fact, the screens are there. You can't see, but you can shoot through them. So don't be afraid to take some shots. I mean, we know the trick shotters will.
Yeah, some people are already shooting. They figured that part out. But it looks like Chappie hasn't quite yet. He's kind of looking. He's just blind shooting. Oh, there it is. Now he's firing through. He's noticed, hey, these are not ricocheting off of this curtain here. I can fire right on through. So you want to stop them. You want to force stop them. You want to also kind of memorize the map and the lanes.
And right away,
Oh, look at this. The got open.
starting to come through as Lockman is able to get in. Hand of Blood's team, the Llama Record Co.
Ja,
also
aber
able
ist
to
ja
get
hure
in
leid.
and a 5-pointer, following it directly
Du
behind.
kommst immer
There's
wieder
another
ins Fenster.
10-pointer. So we already see some of the props having successful runs.
Look at him go. There it is. You saw a big old truck kind of sneak on by. And these objects are slipping right underneath. But who knows how long that'll last. Here's Scissors.
Laat hij nog
Gotta stay
kijken.
still. Oh, can he blend in?
And one other thing you can note there, the props will clip the
Ah,
other
die hebben
objects
op en
that are
hem
there. So if
schiet
you
zich.
see
Hij kaart
something that
gepunkt.
isn't sitting perfectly naturally like Scissors was, right there, clipped into it, boom. Got him brilliantly done. Lachlan hits one of those bounce pads that are stuck in there. They will launch you up in the air, but great run coming out from X-Sandy and Tomoya, utilizing the air conditioners to find their way to the end. Bensor and Alex JJ desperately trying to get in. Alex JJ with another 10-point prop, and Hand of Blood gets picked up just before. That would have been a huge swing, but right now, Sunshine Soldiers in first place with 35 points.
They are finding their
Look at
rhythm
Pro
here.
is blocked the
Sunshine
quarter
Soldiers taking the lead right now. This is a hard game mode to break free in because you got to think about it. These guards are not playing around. They are shooters, right, at heart. And at the end of the day, if something looks off, something looks odd, like this white vent right here, you're just going to get popped. So you got to be careful here. And there it is. Nice job of, you know, kind of hitting the brakes here. And, oh, he hits one of those trap doors. Let's talk about that, Sundown.
So you can actually see it. There is the little tiny springs. They launch you upward. There's a couple that can be chained into each other. But if you are one of those bigger objects and you get sent up, you are just quite literally sometimes flying garbage.
Yeah. But, you know, it would be too easy if we didn't lay traps around, right? So, you know, got to kind of spice it up for the people that are turned into props, too.
So you can also, actually, the people who can turn into props, there's one pathway where you can chain two of them together. So if you can get there, you almost land directly in front of it. So as long as you time it correctly, you can like use them slightly to your advantage, but most of the time they're a little bit more annoying. And boom, you can see that rusted truck going in. And now the Funky Fighters pulling out another lead, 60 points so far.
And this is something important to note, guys. You have to get it into the incinerator, fully processed before the timer counts down, or else your point will not be processed.
Which is a big thing on the min-maxing. What we mean by that is maximizing your efficiency. So if you were to get the most points possible, you run only 10 points the entire time. Not only because they're worth more, but they take less time to sort because they're the first one that goes through. The two-point props are able to run, I don't want to say relatively easier, but much easier compared to a dumpster and a card, particularly because you have cover. With that being said, take about an extra 3 to 4 seconds to sort, so it makes it that much less efficient, plus being only 20% of the point value.
That's right, so Clytax there has chosen a big object. Achin and Zond over here, smaller objects. They're kind of blending right into all of the dumpster trash, clearly harder to track down and kind of, I guess, how do I say this? Sort out, right?
Yeah.
Amongst all the clutter here.
Exactly. You want things that don't stick out, or you want to find a path for an object that you can take all the time. So you notice how there's a section where there's like 4 or 5 rusted cars. Grab a rusted car and go park yourself with those, because yes, the guy knows, oh, there's a bunch of rusted cars there. Screen goes back up. Oh, there's still a bunch of rusted cars there. I'm good. Next thing you know, the prop walks his way up. You can also, as you're running, block rotation. So if you hit your crouch button, whatever you have that bound to, whether you're playing on controller, iPad, PC, all of them end up completely stopping, so it will set you totally naturally, just like what you would see.
And this is also those moments, right, when you're in the guard, oh, someone spotted there, popped him. Tomoya, nice job seeing something out of the ordinary, but notice he gets an elimination on the object. You don't earn points for that, so it's just your job to stop everyone from getting any kind of points, so don't break away with the lead. When you're in the guard tower, you can't allow other people to score, and you're not scoring.
Which can end up being very interesting if the team in the lead, which generally happens because you have 3 chances to score, is shooting last round. right? Because then it's all about how good are your pressure. And one other thing you can see, starting to fire through the screens, very well done for them, picking up an elim there. But right now, Cuddle Crew already wresting the lead away. All three of them sitting there at 60, but they're 5-point processes, and it goes through as 2 more dumpsters throw themselves into the fray.
Yeah, and that's because the Funky Fighters cannot earn points here in the guard round. The Sunshine Soldiers using this opportunity once again to just break away even closer to taking lead. And the Chicken Champions can't earn anything either.
I love that from Clitex. Right away, hides himself behind the box, and you see his hands. He's like, please, please, make sure it's not there. And then, boom, gets the point, gets a nice little selfie going in. And you can see all of them getting sorted there. Another way, I'm all about the min-maxing. Point your camera towards the end. You go just a little bit faster.
Sundown pulling out the strats here. The question is, can our competitors figure it out fast enough with their limited amount of games here? But 20 seconds on the clock. Can he get this in time? Remember, you gotta grab the dumpster, drop the dumpster, and get it processed. That was perfect.
That was so good by Stuart000 because he dodged the little springboard there. You saw him look at it and be like, oh, no, I'm good. And that was the last run. None of these props are going to be able to get sorted. Lachlan gets picked out at the end. You can see 3, 2, 1, but not going to be enough. You need to get all the way through and sorted on the point as the rest of the denial comes through, and we're going to rotate the guards up again.
Yes, so we will have some new guards take their place. This is honestly Chicken Champions' opportunity to start scoring some points and hopefully close up the gap here. The Sunshine Soldiers are now at the bottom layer of the guard tower, and the Fish Fam are at the top. So it is time to kind of mix it up.
My eyes are on the Funky Fighters right now. They are
doing great.
They're very close, and on top of that, they're the team with the Silver Llama. As we talked about, they are so incredibly close, doing everything they can to push towards the top. And you can see they got a lot of elims too in the round where they were playing defense. So not a ton of scoring going past them, only 35 points off the pace. But what I'm shocked about right now is there is nobody running 2-point props at all. 0.
Tamori is a genius. He was already spotted out for the statue. He kind of hit over to the side and said, you know what, I kind of got to wait here. I can't park this statue out in the open. He's going to be hunting for me. And that's exactly what he does. Kind of sits it over on the side there. And that's how he earns himself another point. So they're actually playing very, very smart here. And that's why they've been doing so good at these competitions.
I think the guards need to be slightly more aggressive. There's is unlimited ammunition. You can't run out. If you think something is suspicious, or if you just want to take a shot at it, shoot your shot. Yeah. What's the worst case that happens? You miss. There's no accuracy stats going on there. If something looks suspicious, don't let it through. You're the guards, and you want to deny as much as possible. And again, every match is for $55,000 for the winning team. You want that, and that will lead into the Llamas as well. You don't want to end up in that 4th to 8th spot. You want to push past your competitors as we see a whole mess of air conditioners going in, the water heaters in. It was fantastic for Raven's Revenge, and Llama Record Co. are also climbing their way up the leaderboard, 110 points so far.
Great job for the Llama Record Company. Alex, JJ, Carnifex, Venos, and Hand of Blood. This team is doing great right here as they seemingly inch their way to the top somehow, overtaking the Cuddle Crew, which, by the way, Lachlan's team has been showing up here. It's good to see them, catch a little bit of domination here in this junkyard juke.
Well, like we said, the creative finals is all about celebrating the different types of creative skills. There's different ways to express that. We have the World Run where it's there. We saw Sky Station Showdown, which shows off building and team tactics. And right now, Prop Hunt is all about min-maxing efficiency, working together, and hitting your shots.
Yeah, absolutely, because when you're in that guard tower, you don't have opportunity to miss. You let them score, they're going to break free and break away with the lead. Here's a look at Svenos here, who's that bullseye, just kind of blending right in.
The archery target, there's a lot of them out there, but you need to be careful because they're slightly harder. And come on.
Uh-oh.
Really?
He's floating up there.
You can see kind of like the look on his face. He's like, there's no way this works. And one other thing to talk about is orientation of your prop. So you notice he actually swapped his camera and pointed in the other direction. Unfortunately, was clipping into the trash bag there. But if you're running forward, your prop faces backwards. So you need to run and then turn, settle yourself. That's the best way. Or you orient yourself around the stuff that's near you. Because if you're facing in a totally random direction, that'll earn a bullet in most circumstances.
I love how aggressive they were at the final moments. The clock was
You gotta go.
Yeah, the clock was ticking. They're like, you know what, we gotta get in here. But that was round 3 of 4 for this first game right here. And, you know, it's kind of going either which way. So if you've already had your shot at the guard tower, you're safe. You're good. You can keep getting points. But if this is your last opportunity, if you're in a guard tower, that's all the points you got. That's it. They have to hold strong.
So this is where it really comes into mind who is running, who is in the tower, and what does the scoreboard look like. So right now we can see right away Llama Record Co. is up there, and I believe it's with, I didn't see who that other team was. When we pan back over, we'll call that out. But Llama Record Co. is in first right now, and I think Cuddle Crew is with them as well. So it's typical that the top two would be up there, and it is. The top two teams are in the guard tower. So right now, everyone needs to unseat them, otherwise they will take this first match of set 2.
I'll be honest with you, it's a pretty big lead. That's a substantial lead. Whoever is left in the game, the Sunshine Soldiers, the Funky Fighters, the Chicken Champions, you got to bring these big items through and do it successfully with the limited time left in this round right here, because if not, it's going to be hard to catch up to that 150.
We're starting to see a little bit more consistency right there. And look at Spenos shooting. He's just shooting everything. He's not worried in terms of going through there. Does hit one elim, fires the shots off going through, trying to look at just anything that he thinks doesn't look normal. Anything that maybe not have been there before.
It's like one of my favorite things, watching him just shoot the boxes like, what's that? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? He's just taking his shots. That's exactly what you got to do here if you want to hold this lead here. And that's why they're dominating. You can see the no hesitation really coming out of them, and that's why they have the lead right now. And it's great. It's great that they're hitting his shots. It's great that Spenos is holding it down.
But the Funky Fighters, we talked about it, eyes on them, already up to 120. One more 10-point prop will put them past. And unfortunately for Ninja there, does get hit on the springboard, but gets in anyway, so just a little bit of time loss. A great shot from Lachlan. My lord, I barely even saw that.
Ford Turtle from Australia hit a springboard, and Lachlan shut that down. His fellow Australian brother right there. Very nicely done. You don't want to hit those springboards, man.
And now you can see 125 from the Funky Fighters. They're doing everything they can to overtake. They want this match victory. They want to keep the momentum rolling. But the Cuddle Group is doing a great job of picking up targets and running their timeout, getting some both right as they get out of spawn and before they're about to score, which the waste of time is even that much more efficient, but unfortunately not finding anything there.
Yeah, Lachlan is really not timing his kind of rotations and reloads properly. Notice he's not also utilizing the shooting through the curtain factor there. He's kind of holding himself back. That's why you saw him with a couple elims right there. But you got to put that pressure down, lock down these lanes so that they don't just get like free rotations through, right?
And again, we talked about it a little bit. I'm very surprised nobody is just consistently running 2-point props. You can get them in close to every run if you pick the right path and you take the covered angles. It's very difficult to stop them, particularly with the smaller hitbox. But so far, we've only seen 2 scored.
Yeah, and I like that. Cuddle Crew right there, 130 points. This is their time. Cuddle Crew still doing really good defense right here. Oh no, but you know, Cass's curse. I feel so bad. Chicken Champion comes up out of nowhere, takes that one right away.
Able to get him there, and now the Funky Fighters 5 points out. Anything going in will be enough, and the time ticks over. They didn't get it in there. Oh! Did they get it in there? They might have got the 5-point right at the end, but no, wasn't enough. Llama Record Co. on the defense says, lock it up. We good. Brilliantly done from them, and that's what I'm talking about. When you're sitting there on defense, you know exactly how long you need to keep them out, exactly what you need to do in order to take the victory, and no surprise there. The guys who are all about that apocalypse game mode during the creative trials, able to take home the very first match ever on Junkyard Juke.
That was well played. Valiant effort for everyone that participated in that run right there. And it was a close one. 150 points to the contender having 145. Just 1 point. One small radiator.
And this is what I'm talking about, where if you had one person who is running just 2-point props there and got their successful runs at the end, they would have it. That's 3 successful runs. That takes about a minute, and you could have collected it.
So go ahead.
Nobody opted to do it.
Maybe some of these guys need a little help here. Let's redo this. What would you suggest here, Sundown?
I don't want to say suggest, but I had an opportunity to play a decent amount of it. I'm a big fan of kind of adjusting based off of the scoreline. So if you're seeing you're able to consistently keep running 2-point props, get the guaranteed points. If somebody's playing really good defense and you're not getting 10-point props in, you need to pivot away from that strategy. Because getting Any points at all is better than none, and particularly if you waste a run on a dumpster where the entire time you're going and then you're stopping, and then you're going and then you're stopping. Eventually, even if you get all the way to the end, sometimes it's not enough, right? And then you've wasted that 35, 45 seconds, 3 rotations to get just there, whereas you could have grabbed the burger, grabbed the bucket, and ran the entire time, weaved around, trying to like catch a good area, as we saw with the statue, able to hide around the corner. So would love to see in the next match a little bit more, I don't want to say like determination going into it, but be a little bit more deliberate.
That's right, but let's go on and hear from some of the deliberate actions over with Zeke, down with our winners.
What's up, guys? I'm hanging out with the Llama Record Company. They take away the prop hunt 5-point lead. You guys locked it up at the very end. And I'm going to start with you. And one person I want to call out specifically is this man right here, Svenos. Very tall, tallest man on the planet. It feels like this guy's a very good pick for your team. And I want to know why him, and then also why you picked these other two.
Yeah, I mean, I picked all those guys because this game mode is all about skill. There are no random things in it. You need good aim, you need decision making for sure. And Svenos, I mean...
Quite a while. You know, I'd like to believe that your creativity is what allowed you to win. Let's think back to the time where you wore an entire green outfit and you danced and had a galaxy over yourself. Do you feel like that galaxy and that kind of creativity helped you get this dub?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
I think people at home that watched, you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go over this way now. What did you think about that game? Was it what you expected? Was it different? Did it catch off guard? Were you ready to just jump into it?
It's enjoyable. Once you get the hang of it, it gets a lot easier. You just got to work out who's good at aiming, which team's on the tower, and after that, you're good.
Yeah.
All right, final question. Do you think you have what it takes? Are you gonna? Is the Llama Record Company going to be the team? You think someone else is standing in your way, or is it all you guys?
I think it's going to be all us, yes.
There you go, man. A few words, that's all they need. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Best of luck going forward. Back to you guys on the desk.
Thank you so much, Zeke. Another brilliant performance there coming out of the Llama Record Company. We talked about their versatility. We talked about how quickly they pick up competitive matches. But this is what happened in the first set, right? They were there. They were confident. They're like, yeah, once you get it, it's easy. And then all the other teams immediately caught up. So it'll be very interesting to see if that same set one is what's happening in set 2.
Yep, that's right. Alex up there said it best.
Want
you
kriegt man den Spray? Was für ein Spray?
Hey, you know, once you figure out who's aiming, maybe just avoid them.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody is hitting all their shots, you need to take a different route. You can't go and continuously challenge them because, again, we talked about that. If you waste all the time to run through, and the guy hits a lucky target, I want to say lucky blind fire, but a consistent blind fire through there, don't keep running that way. But like we said, this is the first time seeing the Junkyard Juke mode. And we talked about the prop hunt mode earlier, but you can play it live right now in-game. There's an LTN that's available only for this weekend. Let's check it out.
Het komt met anderen Gegenständen. Das Gleiche, oder was? Du bist für ein dummes Ding.
Was mit so riesen Dingen, Wohnung?
Like we said, you can check that out live in play. It's an LTN that is available only for this weekend in Monster. Have you had a chance to play Prop Hunt?
Well, all week long now, I finally really got to experience the Prop Hunt. And before this, I kind of heard you guys talk about it. I was like, is that something I want to try out? But no, it honestly was very fun.
There's so many just fun moments.
Yeah.
Junkyard Juke, and let's see who is able to push on. The match is about to start. Here we go. The creative finals at the Fortnite World Cup. Set 2, match 2 of Junkyard Juke.
Right,
so in the tower, we have Ninja's team, The Little, Whip, Warriors, Taco, Gaz, Taldoc. We're jumping straight into their POV. So notice Ninja firing right through those blinds. He saw something moving back there. He's trying to pinpoint. What was it? He does, of course, track him down with Sport Turtle.
Weißt du, wenn ich per WM, Live-WM
You're going to get popped here.
Das bin ich hure weit dumm, ich glaube, ich muss
left-hand side though, because there is a whole run on that corner right now where people would be able to come out, and now all of a sudden you see Alex JJ, Tyler, Ryan Fenton, SYB, all heading that direction. Nobody is checking that corner. He's checking it every now and then, but he's primarily aiming on the right, and right as I say that now looks back on over as the rush comes through, but MSYB and Rubius are able to get in. Brilliantly done from them, getting the first points on the board as the Funky Fighters again are able to pull out to a decent lead. What do you think? Would you rather be up in the guard tower first and kind of get that out of the way, or would you prefer to kind of jump in as a prop and get your points first? So for me, it depends if I can get a lead. If I have a lead, obviously I want to be a guard tower at the end because I'm very confident in my ability to just spam shots in the right direction. I know I can find the sideline and all that. With that being said, if you can get in the guard tower early and you do incredibly well, it gives you the bonus. You know how many points you need to get. You know how consistent and fast you can run. And right now we're seeing a lot more 5-point props than last round. People consistently trying to get those in, recognizing, hey, they're a little bit quicker. People are finding their angles now. But as I say that Achim with the Sunshine Soldiers gets in that truck at 10 points going over to them. 15 actually, as a 5-pointer got sorted right at the same time.
That was perfect, yeah. And the Sunshine Soldiers had a great last run. Achin and his crew really pulled it together. They were at the top for a while there, but in those final moments, we saw the Chicken Champions take away and kind of break away. And now look, no surprise, Chicken Champs, they're feeling it. They found their rhythm towards the end of the last one. If they carry that over, it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, and you can see Carnifex hits the jump pad twice over there, doing everything he can to not get hit, and he does get the teddy bear in. 10 points going through, and Clytex gets picked right at the edge.
Right through the current. Taco is like, you know what? I'm going to check the close area. Look at how Chappie's doing it as well. He's actually eliminated 9 props so far, so he is really firing away here, trying to see if anyone's trying to make a mad dash while the curtains are up, and Sandy gets caught right there.
Good shot right away. 20 seconds left, so players need to start running if they're going. Good shots coming out from Trappy to get it there and get the reload off. Saw the truck over on the side, is able to pick that one up, and now is looking for the smaller props towards the side. Knew there was movement, just wants to fire it up. Only 10 seconds left. They should be able to get the defense, but there goes a bucket. Look at it.
Oh,
the cactus.
Those are hard to
hit. Was able to pick it up just at the last second. Good attempt from Kutu, and you can see the points already coming across. Players so far sticking to their game plan. 5 and 10 point props all the way.
That is the way to go. Inch your way up and over to that victory there. But that was just the first round of 4 here. Round 2 is going to begin. What's going to happen now is, again, the guard tower is going to mix up. We're going to see new players in the guard tower, and then the other players that were previously in the guard tower back on the prop hunt floor.
Yes, you get 1 round in the guard tower, 3 rounds of running as the props, and you can see right away now you have the Funky Fighters up top, and the shots go out as soon as the blinds go down, not letting anything happen as the props march their way out of spawn.
This is fun right here. I love watching these trucks waddle about, really trying to find their way, and they see the light go to change, plant themselves down, and they were back out to the field here.
Yep, and desperately trying to avoid, there's no way. You're stacked on top of each other. Come on, you got to shoot one of the 2. Shots are going towards it, but right now Zan trying to get that cuddly cute teddy bear into the incinerator. Not a sentence I ever thought I would say there, as the Archer is now doing everything he can. Hits the bounce target twice and is able to convert as Magma gets another good run and sneaks in under the shots of Dracius.
That's right. This is just getting closer and closer as we have a 3-way tie now. The Fish Fam, Llama Record Company, the Cuddle Crew, all at the top here, and it's still a very close game so far. Dan Yan right here from the Sunshine Soldiers, peeking around, using that camera angle, trying to see when it's time, wants to waste no time here. Bat, it goes down and off to the races she goes. But will it change? Yep. Actually, stops early too. Says, you know what, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to stop before the curtain comes up.
And she has to be having a blast right now. She says one of her favorite things about creative mode is kind of the wacky and Waynian situations you get into, particularly like prop hunt. So this must be a game mode that she's doing incredibly well and enjoying herself in. As you can see there, her team is able to get a couple of props in there. Gotaga and Clytex try to make the final little sprint. Hand of Blood gets another 10 points over, as does Taco with a 5-point statue there. Scissors is hanging around on the side there. Will go through. No, I did not mean to call you trash. You just are a dumpster now, quite literally.
Quite literally, but the rage. I read the lips. He said, I was so mad. He got taken out right there. And I like this. Let's see how he decides. He's going for those 10 points, though. Notice he went straight to the right for the big objects. That's the risk.
That's what it was about. That's what happens. You need to be careful not only of the fact you're bigger, easier to see while you're moving, but you need to find a blank space in order to set down. Can't be clipping into anything else with 45 seconds remaining in round 2. And you can see Spenos a minute before the guard looked at him. He's like, I don't, nah, I'm out. Right there. And right now, relatively top heavy. 70-70, and as I said, Fishfam does get their 80th point, but Lachlan hanging out on top of the Rebel, 28 seconds left, does find an angle that
you know,
no
he actually
really
didn't
watching.
park either. He just jumped on top of it. You know, I haven't been to this section here where all the vehicles are.
This is the section I'm talking about where you can grab a burger in a bucket, go out, and not expose yourself except for during one period. And as long as you either full run the time through or you opt to sit still during that time, then you're good. You will score literally every single run. It's just you have to be a 2-point prop and you have to go to that exit.
Oh, Daniel right there unfortunately couldn't push through in those final moments there. And that was round 2 of 4. So we are looking to get into round 3 next. We can earn some more points. Every single set matters, every game matters, because there's a lot of prize on the line.
Yes, every single match is scored. The top 4 will receive a gradient of money going from $55,000 down to 20, and then you have the 4th through 10th all receiving 10. That prize is then decided who will receive the Silver Llama. The Funky Fighters currently have one, but who will be able to press with them?
Clyde Tax, that vehicle is way too big, buddy. You can't just be trying to squeeze it behind that and not think someone's going to see the tail end of it. Here we have Bensor and Drakias close by one another. Bensor gets popped through the blinds there. And wait, so he's going to take a couple shots. He said, does his truck belong here? He did miss, though. Lucky for him. The bad aim and that moment right there is going to allow him to sneak that big 10-point. No! He gets taken out. Right there, that's no points for him. 10 is huge in this mode too. It's very difficult to get a vehicle all the way through.
I mean, it's swingy, right? If you think about it, the last round was one with 150 points, right? So if you get a singular 10-point profit, that's not an insignificant percentage there. Like, that's going to be able to help your team, but you also need to set your feet there as Kororo did, and didn't hit the crouch button. It was like, I see you wiggling a little bit there. Yoink.
And there's Ninja. Ryan, Fronta, Chappie, many others still in the running here. Just kind of peeking around. You see Tyler shooting straight through the curtain. It almost looks like he's beelining his shots down the aisle there, trying to see if he can get anyone trying to exit out.
Whoa,
sees one
the
I think he might have clipped that person out.
Nobody was watching that side. Oh, needs to communicate better right now. Nobody was covering that other side. We saw 2 teams able to get a decent run out. But right now, Llama Record Company still holding the lead, sitting at 100 points. But don't forget, Fishfam are up on top right now. Are the guards, which means they're not scoring points.
He's so fast. Ryan Bronze is so fast here with this prop. Even moving it, he doesn't care. He's going all the way for it. But he's got to watch for traps. See the fear? He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. I'm going to wait here and get the secure point.
So one important thing to notice, too, is Ryan is taking paths consistently that take him to the corner of the guard tower, because the corner provides you with a little bit of natural cover, and it breaks that sight line up. If you're only staring out in one direction, it's super easy to be like, no, that car was not there. I know it wasn't. If you're flipping back and forth across that corner piece, it just breaks up your field of view a little bit more, and it's that much harder to try and figure out what's actually going to hit.
That's right, and oh boy, is MSYB going to be able to sneak this huge chuck in? Oh, he actually hit something there. He's going to sneak it right underneath. Lucky for him, the shot did not come back in time. But just that big archery target was almost enough to kind of block him right there. Venos gets another large object in as well. That's another 10-pointer for the Llama Record. It was fully processed here, so now he's at 130. Can the Cuddle Crew hold the lead here, though? Can they secure it? All the Llama Record Company needs to not score right now, and they'll continue to kind of stay in the lead.
And you can see Scissors is hitting a ton of shots. They're trying to get the retribution as the guard, and now we're heading in to our final round of match number 2. So we'll see who the guards are, see what the stakes are, and who will be able to take that #1 spot. Again, first place, $55,000, and that much closer to Silver Llama #2. And again, we have the Cuddle Crew and Llama Record Co. up on defense. Let's check out that scoreboard. And Cuddle Crew, Llama Record Co., first and second. Who will be able to overtake them? And they are so close to 5 points separating. It's a battle for first and second now.
Yes, Lackland and the rest of his team are trying their hardest. They have to stop people from scoring. The Chicken Champions get up. They can just easily snag this away, but for now they know the Llama Record Company cannot. They can't take them over.
Ooh, I thought he was going to shoot that car. He knew it wasn't there. Nice. Finds the box right around the corner and then gets another one right after. Blind fire through the shade as Rubius is looking to post up there. Spanish YouTuber trying to find a way in, trying to lead his team, and they've overtaken the Llama Record Co. with plenty of time and are tied with the Cuddle team. Any singular point now will put the Chicken Champions as our match 2 winner. They need one prop.
That's right, they're so close here. Magma trying to hop on over. Who's it going to be for the Chicken Champions? Who's going to be?
Do you think they get a 2-point prop? They have the scoreboard in front of them. They know they need only that. Do you think they run one in, or do you think they stay with what they're doing right now?
Honestly, I think they're just going to stay with what they're doing. It's working. Why break the formula here? They have over a minute to do so. And just like that, they are going to
that will be it. Yes, brilliantly done. And they're overtaking them. And now the question is, can the Little Whip Warriors get enough in to catch them? It's a 25-point spread, but you can get that. You have 4 runners. You can get that in a single run if you're well coordinated enough. Will they be able to catch up, or can the Chicken Champions edge it out and be our match 2 victors?
That's right, because the Cuddle Crew is now bumped out. The Chicken Champions are holding it. Little Whip Warriors have scored, though. 1 minute left here. Uh-oh. Raven's Revenge coming up as well, as is the Fish Fam. This is actually getting closer than we would have thought. They're close to pushing out the Cuddle Crew and the Llamas.
Yep, and Little Whip Ninja also getting the 5 points there. Will be able to overtake. Don't forget, you don't want to end up 4th to 8th. It's all about at least breaking the top 4 to get a little bit of the differentiation there in the prizing. But the Chicken Champions are pulling ahead. They're keeping that 25-point difference so far between the Little Whip Warriors. Little Whip needs to find a coordinated run with 10-point props in these last 30 seconds, or they're not going to get it. Meanwhile, Bensor running that statue and trying to lock up everything he can for the lead. And he's being extremely patient with it. Taking a corner run, finding everything he needs to do. Little Whip does get a 5 and a 10, and they're still now only 20 points behind, but Bensor is going to be able to lock that one up from there. 5 points, 25, 15 seconds left. The Chicken Champions are sitting pretty.
Yes, that's right. If the Little Whip Warriors don't score big right now with all big props, it's going to be all over in 3 seconds. And it's not gonna be enough here because the Chicken Champions, they actually pushed the lead even further.
Did you see what happened at the last second?
They did score.
No. Raven's Revenge grabbed the 2-point prop, hard ran all the way through, got it in, right? And then that pushed them from 4th into 3rd. When we talk about every little interaction mattering, that was it. But the Chicken Champions, one might be able to say that was excellent. They were able to tender defend that title for the match 2 victory and putting them in a good spot to contend for the set 2 Llama.
You can see the excitement there on their faces as they just realize, hey man, we got this. We're in the running here. The Junkyard Juke could be ours.
And you can see they're still talking gameplay right now. Like, they want to know, what can we do more? That play you did right there was awesome, but they want the next one because there's 3 matches for each one of the sets, and a win there would put them in a fantastic spot to get the 2nd Silver Llama. You need that in order to be in contention, and if they're able to split it up away and deny it from the Funky Fighters, the field's wide open.
Yes, it's not over yet. That's just another team who takes a victory here, making it that much closer of a running so far. And we saw the Ravens Revenge kind of sneak up too. You need as many points as possible. The bigger the placement, the better the prize as well for the round. So you can't just give up either. You got to push it all the way to the final moment.
And hey, hats off to whoever's call that was on Ravens Revenge. That was a brilliant decision, showing exactly why you're able to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals, why you're playing on that stage. Those are the big plays, but again, brilliantly done from the Chicken Champions. Consistent runs, stuck to their statues, stuck to their routes, and took the corners. And now we're actually going to have a chance to talk to our Chicken Champions, the Match 2 champions. Zeke has them up there on the top floor. Zeke, what do you got for us?
What's going on, guys? I'm hanging out with the Chicken Champions, guys. That game was insane. Feathers were flying, and you guys clutched it up. Did you figure out the strategy? Because you guys were well and ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, we practiced yesterday. and everything is thanks to this guy. This guy always goes for the 10 points, always, and he always gets it. So thanks to you, man.
All right, then I'm coming to you, Mr. Carey. What was the strategy? How did you get the 10 points in there? Was it the same every time? Did you switch things up?
Yeah, go for the 10 points each time and do the same strategy, and it seems to work.
So in this intense game of red light, green light, were you like stopping early, or were you just like going as far as you could go and then waiting for someone to spot you and stopping, or what was your plan?
I'm taking it very patiently.
All right, now over to you guys. What do you guys think of this game mode? Has it been everything you thought it's been?
Yeah, it's great. We had a game plan. We definitely did what we came to do, and that's what we expected. So.
Very well executed. You did not lay an egg. All right, final question for you. I want to give you the chance to tell the world, you know, all the fans something. What do you want to tell them?
Thanks for the support from Spain, for the other world, and my team is it's good in this mode, and will we win the next match?
There you go. The excitement is real. Gentlemen, congratulations. Best of luck going forward. We're sending it back your way.
Brilliantly done there from the Chicken Champions. Thank you so much, Zeke. They're excited to be there. They stuck to the gameplay. And shout out to Bensor. The one thing he was looking forward to on this trip, he wanted to play in front of a big crowd. He got that moment, running through, securing that for the Chicken Champions. And immediate El Rubius turned to him and was like, it's all him, man. He put the team on his back or put the team in his dumpster. I don't know, that normally that wouldn't be a good thing, but in this circumstance, hey, it worked out for him.
Yeah, another prop to Kyoto as well. The only, or one of two controller players here, you know, in the creative finals, so very nice of him to kind of represent for those guys as well. And again, just showing that he's got the moves out there.
He had the moves, was able to find the right angles, and now we've seen some developments from match 1 to match 2. Yep. What was the big thing that stuck out from you that was different?
In that last one, honestly, finally seeing someone pick up those 2-point props, right? Using those are points right there. But with that, we'll jump over to Bala. We'll take a fun look at some of the things that developed in our last few moments.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, the Junkyard Juke is developing nicely. Everybody's starting to figure out what all the different tools and props they have available to them. So with that, we're going to hop into some of the tips and tricks that I've seen from the Junkyard Juke so far. We can roll the clip right now as all these players. The first thing I want to point out is there are these springboards. Unfortunately, Danyan gets picked out of the sky there. Not too happy about that. But moving on to Tomoya using the statue. This is one of the interesting scores I saw with the statue. Those higher point objects being useful. Scissors here with the springboard, the recovery, and just barely doesn't get into the incinerator at the last second. And then here we have Tomoya, we have again just an awesome run towards there, looking like a scene out of everybody, you know, crossing the street at the same time. Here's Tracius hitting some amazing shots through the black, and then he just continues shooting, just hoping that he can get a shot. This is the other team, the Cuddle Crew, doing the same thing, but then also synchronizing, making sure they have coverage on all angles. Finally, Tomoya made some amazing calls. We'll listen to them in a second, but this is what he did, always timing it perfectly so that he can get in and make sure that his teammates also go at the same time and make it into that incinerator. So we're gonna head and listen to what those communications were like from Tomoya and team. In this one, they made sure the countdown was perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I got 10. I got 10. We are both. We are both. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Oh, they kill me. If they don't kill me, I score 10.
Don't
1, 2,
Okay,
3,
I got 5.
4. I got 10. No, he killed me.
Oh.
We are strong team.
Yeah,
I scored 0 in the second round. That's the problem.
I scored 0 in the first one, so.
Like, we are all close points.
There you go. The Funky Fighters, you know they won the first Silver Llama. We're going to see if they can win the next one. We've got one more match here on Junkyard Juke to go, and we'll see who will come out on top with the Silver Llama from this. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much both for that great breakdown. Listening in the comms, that's one thing I had to consider. I was just kind of like, yeah, it's going to come up now, but these guys all on talking, have one guy counted out. That guy's just like a metronome, make sure he has it on the dot every single time. Brilliantly done from them, but will they'd be able to take
Mo,
back
welchen
that
Chat
top spot.
schreibt er
We've
auch
seen
mit
them
dem
do it.
Johnson?
If they can grab that silver llama, they'll be in
Mo
such a
hat
good spot. But right now, they aren't seeing the same success they saw before.
Yeah, you want to get the silver llama, but to get there, you got to make a new strategy. I think that right there, there was a lot of information in that bit right there. You kind of noticed the team synergy, and he said something very important in his interview there.
Schreibe gerade im Leon über den
You
Chat.
really have to be patient. You can't let the frustration get to you. You saw Scissors very expressive on the cam. Just it's hard to get the pointer, and that's what I talked about before this whole thing started. I said, trust me, this is a lot harder than you guys think. You might just, oh yeah, I'll turn it to something and run it through. Nah, man, you're gonna get shut down.
But I mean, it's just like, if you think about it, it's the mental aspect that really comes with it. If you're able to frustrate somebody else, then they're that much more off their game. And these guys are all great at that, coming through from some of the Def Run qualifiers. It makes it that much harder. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. And again, don't forget, there is a fantastic, awesome event-specific merch starting here right now today on the 26th. You can also get it on retailrow.com. Make sure you celebrate the event. Remember it, grab some from your friends, your brothers, your family, people who couldn't be here, and celebrate the first ever Fortnite World Cup.
Ja, eigentlich
Some
hure
of
lustig
your favorite pros and competitors here rocking that new swag. Definitely loving it. All types of collaborations going on here. I love it when Fortnite releases new gear, This kind of allows me to always spice it up.
I'm always a fan of anything Fortnite swag. That's pretty much like 98% of my wardrobe at this point. I mean, love the logos, love the bright colors, but enough from us. Match 3, set number 2, the final one on the original version of Junkyard Juke before we see the remix later on. Are you guys ready?
That's right.
And let's begin. The first round is underway.
Het is 4 abonnenten.
Set number 2. Who will be able to incinerate the crowds the most? Who will push out to the lead and can anybody upset the funky fighters who took that first lobby? You need to make sure they don't get this one here. And basically, everyone's first place.
Yep, and you can see there,
Der wird mit der machen, mit Jason kann ja noch was machen.
Another kind of lane, right? You want to look at your lane, see which lane is available to you that's easy to maneuver the objects you want to bring through. Clivetex, for example, here is using a bear. There are no bears in this section, but he says, you know what? It's all good. I can sneak this around.
So the big thing with the bear, though, that you don't really consider is the coloring of the background. You're in the junkyard. You're a little bit in one of those desert biome situations. There's a lot of kind of muddle grounds and oranges around there. It makes it that much harder to stick out. However, if you if you're grabbing the snowman, you're just really flexing on everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm a snowman. I'm a snowman in the desert, and I'm gonna score on you.
That's pretty hilarious because we haven't seen anyone pull out the weird objects in the back end for good reason. There are a couple other fun ones back there. If we get a pan around later, you'll probably notice a big old snowman or something like that. But with all this money on the line, there's no way anyone has time to play around like that.
You can't play around because every single one of those runs matters. And right now we see Sunshine Soldiers swapping over. They've already put in 2 2-point props, so you need to be slightly more efficient on those runs, but good job getting on the boarding consistently. And as we say that, 5-pointer goes in, boom, they're ahead of the Funky Fresh, who have had a singular 10-point run. So trying to get every possible point. It's all about
great
job at defending here. They all have a ton of eliminations. Taldeck at 6, Taco at 5, Kaz and Ninja both tied at 7. That is pretty good. They're shutting down all of their lanes. These guys are not here to play. Remember, as you're a guard, you don't accumulate any points, so it's good. They're knocking this out the way, and they're doing a great job defending.
Keeping them out, making sure you find the right lane angles, and also sometimes just putting shots out in the right spot. You just need to be able to consistently deny as much as possible. And Taldog, that was sick!
I was like, are you behind that? Yep, what's that? Didn't see that there before, didn't see that either. Taldog doing a good job so far, spotting things through the curtain. Let's see if he can find another here with a random shot. Oh, something landed. That's why you don't want to hit those spring traps there.
They make it so difficult when you're a larger object coming back down because it's just so much motion on the screen. When everything else is still, if you see that thing falling through, like, it's an easy shot. And particularly for all of these players up there. I mean, Gotaga and crew, everyone on Raven's Revenge, him, Magma, RTA, and Chappie, all have been able to hit their shots. And then, I mean, Little Whip Warriors is a team of hit your shots.
That's right, and there it is. last opportunity
Und sie
to
hören
make a point
funky
have
und
just concluded.
Ding
That
auch,
was the
immer die
first
gleichen drei.
round. There are 4 of these, so we're going to switch up the guards now. Little Whip Warriors get a chance at, trying to earn some points, and as do the others. The next round will begin.
That dragon's so cool. That's so cool.
Look at that.
Yo,
Almost looks real.
Yo, shout out to the observers. That shot right there, that's really cool. Big fan of it going out. And as you can see now, round 2 is underway. This is the final match on Junkyard Juke of set 2. And right off the bat, 2 archery targets and a water heater marching on out.
Yep, that archery target is worth 10 points, though. So if you can bring that all the way through, it's one of the, I guess, smaller, large point objects. Magma doesn't even care. He's impatient. He saw the blinds open up. He just kept going. Svenoff did pump the brakes, though. Even right here, notice, stops it very early. He's just trying to blend in and get as many points as possible right here.
Ooh. Did get picked up. It might have been the book there. That's the one thing that you need to note that makes it very difficult about the bullseye or the archery target, is the fact that because it has those placed legs, you have to be deliberate about where you're setting down. Otherwise, you're like, boom, right there. That book would be a giveaway if somebody decided to look down and double check that box. But there's 6 other boxes around, so relatively safe. Good path chosen there from Tyler, and opts to stop and be, a little bit of patience, and might have cost him there. I think he would have had it if he had just go full send, and I think he thinks so too.
Yo, it makes me laugh to see him scratch his head, his jaw drops like, oh, being so close and not making it through is so unfortunate. Taldak is going to find a little bit of success there as the Suezo, and you saw Alex J for a bit is very close to scoring as well. Here's Zan from the Fish Fam, representing, hugging really close to so long as he's not pushing through it, he's going to be able to sneak on out. He kind of hiccups there. He's going to go all the way. He comes down and he sneaks right underneath Tamoya. And his team up top, Funky Fighters, are at 35 points now in the guard tower. They can't earn any more.
And that was a great run there by Zandy Knight, because he's Svenos waiting for the blinds to go down, making sure he can find an angle, and then pushing in towards. Needs to be careful of that spring right there, but doesn't matter. Gets picked up anyway, as he's like, hey, there wasn't a card there before. Alex JJ now looking to find a run. You can see Fish Fam and Llama Record Co. currently hanging out at the top, but again, haven't had the chance to be up there, so can be expected. Alex JJ now 2 targets, both running out. Good stops at the same time, but particularly if you have 2 people taking the same path as the same item, it kind of has a little bit more of a benefit, because you're like, yeah, those were both there behind. There's no way those are both props.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you know what? Honestly, if you see a bunch of the same things, they blend in a little more. It's when something's an oddball that you really start to shoot. So maybe it is a good idea to time it, right?
But there's split spawns, so you don't always consistently. There's different spawn points around the map that have the different exits as you go out, so you can coordinate with a teammate. Or what you can also do is sort of bait somebody else to do it, right? So you see somebody is running an archery target, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to grab that too, and then you follow their path. And if they get picked up, oh, well, you look slightly more natural, particularly if you're that much more patient. And you can see Svenos is actually doing that right now with Carnifex, both of them going into the box. Svenos does hit the spring, is hanging out behind the car, and will get the score. That was a great run from him.
Yeah, he actually recognized Horazy was not looking down in the right direction, so he took advantage of that. Funky Fighter let his guard down for just a second there. He did manage to sneak on through, so that was the big point there in the final seconds, as this round is now coming to a close there. Next round is going to begin. We're going to switch up the guards. Take another look.
And no dancing, just props and shots going out from the guards. Round 3 kicking off in the final match of set 2 at the Creative Finals. Who will be able to take that second silver llama? And right now, you see Bensor is going in for the 10-point prop right away. Kutu does get the message, but he opts to go for a different route, as players are starting to feel a little bit of the pressure here. You can tell they need to score points. It's the first time we're starting to see some gnomes out there and another teddy bear on the run.
That's right, Kantaka representing here. He's putting himself straight behind every object that he can. I love that they're using the smaller objects. It's so much easier to score with those. When you bring those big ones out, it really is hard. He actually put himself inside the truck. You see that? He's following Kuta so close here. Just got to use him as bait, really. As you get behind him, he's safe.
Yep, because they don't think they're going to fire twice in there. That's the benefit of it. But right away, you see Kaz, Taco, Chappie. Great little run there from the Little Whip Warriors. That's going to push them back into contention. There's 65 points currently, but a dumpster going in from Hand of Blood. There's another 10 points for Llama Record Co, pushing them up to 90. And they were the winners of that first match. So if they can hold on, they know they'll be the guards in the final round. They need to build up as much of a lead as possible here.
Carraro actually has 15 eliminations, so he had a super successful guard round. But the Chicken Champions need to get picked up here. They need these points. And there it is. He's doing a lot of work for his team, showing that, hey, I can push us up here too. Just gonna go ahead and take that 5-pointer, throw him right over the Fish Fam now. And they're in the top 3 running.
That was a great run from him. Corner peeked the entire time, made sure nobody was looking for him. Like, he was barely threatened, but right now, Benzer coming through. The Chicken Champions, can they overtake in the last minute? That's 10 more points. That is going to go through for them, and it starts pushing up. Llama Record needs to get in some runs. The Chicken Champions will not be on the defense with them for the last one, so they're pushing it through. Right now, it is the Sunshine Soldiers and the Fish Fam up there, so they're doing their best to delay everyone. Sandy gets picked off by Tyler, and now Carnifex is chilling in the back on that rusted out car. Hand of Blood just barely avoids the shot. Oh, saw the hitbox going through there. The Tracers finding a way through the window, but not enough as Dracius gets in. 2 more 10-point props also going over, and we're seeing, I think, a little bit closer of a score here, minus the fact that the Chicken Champions haven't shot yet.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. Neither have the Llama Company. The Llamas have not shot, went into the guard tower at all. You can tell because when we go to their POVs, they don't have any elims, so they have not taken a run yet.
Yes, excuse me, I misspoke there, meaning the Chicken Champions had already shot.
Oh,
the fact that they're already up
so
to
they're doing great.
Llama needs to press on it. The only team who really has a definitive lead right now is the Chicken Champions. Effectively, they're up 30 points on the rest of the field because Cuddle Team and Llama Record Code both have to shoot next round.
Oh boy, so if they can't secure a big lead here in the last couple of seconds, if something can't get processed, oh, the poor Burger at the very end.
Burger did not get processed. We like it, never frozen there. Brilliantly done. Doesn't find it. Great work from coming out, and Carnifex doing a great job. Round 4 will begin. It's going to be the last match, and we're going to see what the line is going to be. Who is up in the tower? Who will be able to defend? And can they hold them off? Again, it's Llama Record Co. and the Cuddle Crew up there.
Go Taga.
It's already up there. And you can see the Chicken Champions were able to connect, so it's all about can a Little Whip and them catch up. They need a fantastic run, and they have to do everything to deny him, and you can see right away already tunneling in on those 10-point props.
Yeah, the Cuddle Crew cannot earn points. The Chicken Champions already have the lead. They just kind of continue to press on here. Llama Records are up at their run, but it still matters. There's so much on the line for depending on each game, right? Each game is worth so much. You still want to hold your placement regardless of what. This is still a fantastic game for all the teams in the top 3 right now.
And I mean, we saw the Ravens come up huge in their last match, pushing all the way from 7th into 3rd because of clutch last-minute decision-making. Right now, Little Whips are trying to do everything they can to catch up with the Chicken Champions and not deny them. Ninja still sticking with the water heater runs, trying to get as many of those in, but the Chicken Champions are still stretching out their lead. They have a 25-point lead, which means the Little Whip Warriors have to either start fast running with the 5-point props or switch to 10-point props. They cannot catch them doing a patient 5-point strategy right now. They won't have enough time with how good the Chicken Champions have been. They have been the prop masters so far.
Yes, they have. They were doing so good, and oh no, Ninja hits a huge spike there. He's trying to dodge, and he's so close to making it through. It's very, very close. And here comes a 10-pointer from Taldoc, sneaks it right in. That's great for the Little Whip Warriors. That's actually going to throw them over the Llama Record Company right there. Cuddle Crew actually is somehow up. Look, the Little Whip Warriors actually went to 2nd place now. They're so close to overthrowing the Chicken Champions as well.
It's going to come down to the last final moments. Can the Little Whip Warriors get the runs they need to? You can see Kaz is taking the corner route, trying to find whatever he can, and he's doing it very well so far. Avoiding the jump pads there. Pretty sure Ninja called those ones out on the run since he hit them on the last time. You can see they're only 20 points down. They're all on 5-point props right now. They will be able to do it, but all of a sudden, Fish Fam is right there as well. They're only 25 points up. Here comes a rotation of prop. 5 points will be coming across for the Little Whips. Fish Fam also getting it, but Cuddle Crew does finally get pushed up there. brilliantly done. 15 points now separates them, but Ryan gets one in for the Tender Defenders, pushing it back up to 25 with only 30 seconds remaining. Rubius knows if he can get this water heater in, if he can be safe. Oh, apologies, hidden so well. He was the statue going on there. And as you can see, hits the jump pad, stays on the corner, will get it in. That's going to push them 30 points clear. But as I say that, Fishfam catches right back up. 19 seconds left, Monster, in the final match of set 2 on Junkyard Juke. Can the last minute scores come through? 25 points, they need a run of 10s. Kaz got in, the box is coming just behind. Fishfam gets picked up. The Chicken Champions have done enough to round out the final match. Brilliantly done in match 2, repeat in match 3. They are the Chicken Champions. Excellently done, and they defended their crown.
That's right, and you have to give props to everyone else that managed to kind of hold a top 3 lead, especially right there in those final moments. Little Whip Warriors, the Fish fans really coming up at the end there, you know, bumping up their prize earnings, because every round everyone's a winner, but you can earn just a little, you can win a little bit.
Yeah, it was just brilliantly done there. And these are actually the creators who helped with this. Brilliantly done from them. Some fantastic gentlemen. Thank you guys all so much for your help in making this mode come to life. Some fine gentlemen up there. The creative builders were at that game jam out there, spent hours and hours, and it really blows my mind to see what they're able to do in this creative mode. Because, like, I'll go in, I'll play some stuff. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good. And they're like, oh, yeah, after 20 minutes, I have this full game mode. Here's how the scoring works. Here's the barriers. I'm like,
and that's the magic of creative, right? These unlimited possibilities, really, when it comes down to coming up with these game modes. We've seen tons of fun ones obviously develop, not only for, you know, the creative kind of fun side of the community, but the comp side as well, right? There's plenty of great game modes out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the guys out there playing Storm Wars. We know you guys enjoy it, but that was a fantastic way to close out set number 2. And a brilliant, honestly, I enjoyed Junkyard Juke. It was fun to see kind of the definitive playstyles come out. Patience ended up being key, but players started finding the diagonal runs, knowing that, like, hey, I'm going to stick with the statue because this is my comfort, or like, I know on this run I can be blocked by this tree and this dumpster, and I only show myself once. But again, brilliant from the Fish fam and Little Whip Warriors to push up and pass those guys in the last moments, pushing them into the top 4 and earning just a little bit more of that prize money.
That's right, because they want it all here at the Fortnite Creative Finals, and it's going down. So, you know, you love to see it. We've seen a series of, you know, I guess, different people succeeding, right? And all of these, the Chicken Champions really kind of came out.
Well, that's what, again, I love about all of this and about creative. There's so many different skills that Fortnite isn't all about one individual thing. You see these guys, and what they're doing is incredibly well. Able to execute the game plan, talk with their teammates, come up with something new, and the Chicken Champions elevated. They were clearly better than the rest at Junkyard Juke, but the question is, will that continue when we get into the Golden Games? Right now, we're going to get a chance to speak with the Chicken Champions, who's up top with Pooks. Pooks, what do you got for us?
Thank you so much, Sundown. I am down here with the Chicken Champions, who surprisingly didn't fly the coop. They put on an absolute clinic today in the creative trials. I'm here with Rubius. Now, you guys won the last game as well, so 2 in a row. You guys had a pretty great strategy. Do you want to kind of talk me through that a little bit?
Oh, what can I say? It's the power of Norway, the power of Spain, and the power of Detroit. Like, we're crushing it. And we're a chicken, so we're good at hiding. Like, we're not good at shooting and stuff, but at hiding, we're the best. The best strategy, I think, is, well, let him take the big stuff, and we are like the supports. Like, we take the small stuff, the 5 points and stuff like that, and the trick is, don't tell them anybody, but the trick is to go in the corners. Like, no one is watching the corners. It's insane.
So no one is watching the corners. I hope all of your competitors did not hear you just say that. Now, he said that you were in charge of taking the big items. Does that put a little bit more pressure on you?
No, it's good. It works good, so.
So you guys have 2 games in a row. I'm so excited to see how you all perform in the rest of the day. Going into these next...
We keep things the same.